green room this time.
라이브 방송을 하고 나서 이제 아마 생각보다 조금 빨리 켰다고
We watch along.
You might think that this is a bit early.
이제 들어가서 지표도 보고 정리한다고
Are you-
이제
I went back and looked into the internal data.
I'll watch the YouTube chat.
궁금하실 텐데 제가 굉장히 좀 그 뒤로도
A lot of people are saying hello.
했습니다.
I've been really busy after Loan.
네, 좀 많은 것들 좀 봤고 많은 지표들
looked
그리고
at a lot
He's
of
been really
things.
busy having to do a job again.
다 확인을 하고 있는 중이고요.
And I'm
그리고 또 이제
verifying on
뒤에 얘기 드리겠지만 여러분들이 또
various
이제
different
제가
contents
그날 또 질러놨잖아요. 핫딜 뭐 이런 얘기를
and also
질러놨는데
like pressed this
핫딜도
hot
궁금하실
deal
것
shop
같아서
thing
오늘 또 핫딜
last time.
품목도 되게 끝나고 나서 알려드릴 겁니다.
And I will tell you about the details on
핫딜도
the
알려드릴 겸
new hot
그리고
deal
또
shop.
진행하고 있는 상황들 이런 것들. 핫딜 좀 기다려주세요. 처음부터 하면은 방송 재미없잖아요.
Wait on that.
뒤에 이제
If I
길지 않으니까
divulge
좀
all the
기다려주시면
details early on,
핫딜
it's not
뒤에
going to be fun,
끝나기
right?
전에 소개해드리도록 하겠습니다.
But I'll
어쨌든
tell you
뭐
before this ends.
그 진행을 좀 해볼 건데요. 우선은 뭐 제가 일주일 남짓한 시간에 뭐 얼마나 많은 뭐 하고 있는
Only
것들이
had like
많이
1
있더라고요.
week.
그래서
People in chat are complaining about the hot deal.
얼마나 많이
I didn't get to do
이런
I don't know if
too
it's something that
much.
happened
하고 이제
recently.
무슨 방송 뭐 이렇게 할 게 있나 생각하실 텐데
Yeah,
생각보다
didn't he
좀
literally just talk like a
think
week
that,
ago?
해야 될 부분들도
Like what
좀
could he
그렇고,
have done during this
제가
time,
이제
this
얘기 드릴
short time?
부분들은 뭐 전체적으로 게임에서는 여러 가지 바꿔야 될 것도 많을 거고 하지만
There's a lot of
게임이
things we need
어느
to change
방향으로 가야
within the
될지에
game.
대한 고민을 최근에 참 많이 했어요. 그러니까 장기적으로 볼 때 이 게임이 어디에 비전이 있는지 그리고
We
어떤
need to look
방향으로 가야
at
우리 유저분들이 또
What
만족하시고
there is
즐거워하실지
in this
이런
game in
부분들을
terms of
좀
long term, the
넓게
vision
생각을
wise.
하면서 세부적인 부분들도 다 좀 연결을 해가지고 여러 가지 좀 살펴봤습니다.
And I'll try to link that to
얘기를
some of the more
어디서부터 시작을
detailed
해볼까요?
things. Where should we
저희가
start?
우선은 이제 로드맵 짜놓은 것들을 좀 원래 이제 짜놔온 이제 내년까지는 아니더라도 뭐 이제 그 겨울 시즌 그리고 또 내년 상반기 이렇게 짜놓은 로드맵 같은 것들이 이제 있었는데 그런 부분들을 저희 멤버들하고 이제 좀
There's this roadmap
하고 다 같이 모여서 또 얘기도
that
하고
we
그리고
completed
어떤 로드맵을
early
해야
on,
우리가 가는 길에 더
and
이제
we went back and
여러분들이 좋아할
discussed
방향에
about
대해서
this
많이
roadmap.
정말 회의도 정말 길게 많이 했습니다.
We
근데
did a lot of
물론
discussions
진행
internal,
중이기는 해요. 진행 중이긴 한데
and a lot of
로드맵에
it
대한
is in
부분들을 많이
process.
전면적으로
But
수정하고 있는 부분들도
we
있어요.
are
그래서
changing a
그런
lot of what
부분들의
we had
일부
decided on the
얘기할 것들이
roadmap
있으면
back
중간중간
then.
얘기를 드리겠지만 전반적인
Already
방향을
changing the roadmap? Okay.
설계를 하고 우리
Okay.
게임은 어떤 게임이고 어떤 장점이 있고 또 지금
Summer will
Try
be in
to
August.
define what our game is,
October.
what are the advantages of playing it.
뭐 물론 짧은 시간에서 얘기 드릴 수
But
있는
he's taking a more-
합니다만
Taking a more.
하나하나
They're
만약에
dissecting
어떤
themselves.
경우라든가
I
이런
like
것들
this.
있으면 하나씩 말씀드려 볼 테니까
But I'll try to tell you
차근차근
as
한번
much
좀
as
얘기해
like
보도록
what
하겠습니다.
we've
우선
come to agree upon.
접근성 관련된 얘기들 먼저 시작을 좀 해볼게요. 지금 지난 제가 이제
Accessibility
윈터
will be
이후에
the first issue.
저번에도 이제 그 익스프레스 서비스가 들어갔었고 거기에 대한 어떤 유저분들의 어떤 잔존율 이런 것들도 좀 봤습니다. 좀 전체적으로 살펴보긴 했는데
We looked at the retention
예전에
rates.
비해서는 확실히 조금 어려움이 좀 있어 보여요. 근데
It
특히나
seems
이제
like there is a lot of
각인
difficulties.
익스프레스를
There are a
지원해준
lot of
것들은
difficulties.
굉장히 좀 그래도 많이 좀 탄력을 받아서 물론 5개는 아니지만 탄력을 받아서 좋기는
The
했는데 이게 좀
Super
최근에는
Makoko Express,
너무 그
It
카드의
does
벽이
give 3
굉장히
times
좀
4 engravings.
신규로 오시는 분들에게 카드의 벽이 굉장히 좀 높다라는 그런
Cards seem to be
생각이 많이
cards
좀
seem to be
들더라고요.
acting as a
그래서
wall for
기본적으로
new
이 카드에
players.
대해서 이제 요구하는 수준이 지금 보통은 여러분들이 이제 뭐 파티를 받을 때 적어도 세굽이 18각 정도에
When
대한
you're accepting
요구치
people
같은
into your
것들이
party,
있잖아요.
generally what people
신규 유저들이
are
세븐
requiring
베이스
is
18각 정도를 하는
LOS
것들이
18.
정말 말도 안 되는.
But
근데
it's a
여기 뭐
lot.
세븐이 18각 그냥
cards.
풀으라고 하시는 분들이 있는데 이것도 저희가 좀 어떻게 할까요? 오늘 얘기를 하는 거를 여러분들하고 좀 개발사 입장도 좀 많이 얘기 드리고 또 제가 유저로서의
I'll tell
입장도
you
많이
about
얘기
the
드리고 또
developer
이런 것들을
side
좀 서로 티키타카
perspective
하면서 좀 얘기를 해볼게요. 근데 세굽이
regarding
18각을
this
그냥
issue.
푸는 게 이게 사실은 개발사에서 하기가 너무 어렵습니다.
It's
왜냐면
very difficult to
저희가 지금까지
give away LOS
뭐라
18.
그럴까요? 좀 이게 좀 표현을 좀 잘해야 되는데 이게
I'm gonna have to
판매한 게
say
있어요.
this correctly.
판매한 게 있고 그동안 또 먼저 가신 분들이
We've
세구빗을 하기 위한
sold
굉장히 큰
a lot of card
노력과 또
packages
비용과 이런 것들이
over
들어갔단
time.
말이에요. 그래서 이 세구빗
I already told
18
the excuses for
아무리
this.
완화가 필요한 시점이라고
Even if we were
하더라도
to relieve
세구빗을
some of the
18가격에
requirements
지급을 하는
regarding
거는
cards,
개발사에서 할 수 있는 일은 아니에요. 그러니까 물론 이제 왜
that
그 얘기들을 하시는지는 알고
giving
있습니다만
away LOS18 like
그렇게
that
개발사가
is not something that we can
어려워요.
do
그리고 이런 선례들도 많이
as the
나오면 안 되고요.
developers.
그래서
Why can't you do it?
이거는 노력에 대한 부분들이 너무 다
Why can't you give away LOS18?
없어져 버리는 부분들이 있기 때문에 세구빗 자체를
This should
좀
not be
쓰면은
set
안
as like a
되고 일단
precedent.
카드에 대한 부분들이 좀 뭐 다른 옵션 아니면은 뭐
People want to want me to be mad, but I mean that's whatever. They paid to have it earlier. People who still don't have it or haven't played for years don't have it. So
Perhaps we could provide
Yeah.
players with
위력이
a
낮았을
sort of
때에 또 여러
LOS18
가지
that does
뭐
not
어떤 이제
progress
고민해야 될 것들이
beyond
좀 많긴 한데 이런
that
카드
point,
접근성 같은 것들이 좀 지원이
at
필요한
least
부분들은
momentarily.
사실이다. 그래서
LOS18 is a
아까는
president on
이제
that point. That's basically what they did though already with Deep Dive.
그거 보고 이제 그거는 안 된다고
Deep Dive is
하는데
equivalent to LOS18.
인정하죠. 근데 그게 아니라
I don't
카드에
understand.
대한 지원
cold,
같은 것들은 지금 고민을 하고 있습니다.
but
그래서
we
그
are
카드에
looking
대한
into many
어떤 벽,
ways
이런 부분들을 좀 고민을 해보고 있다. 그리고
as to
중요한
how
거는
we could
인게임에서
help new
카드도
players out.
조금 풀기 시작해야 될 것 같아요. 뭐
But
갑자기 확 이렇게 뭐
I do
푸는
think
게 아니라
that
기본적으로
we do need
인게임에서 제공되는
to
카드가 너무 없다.
provide more
지금 사경 같은
cards
경우에도
Okay, provide more
opportunities
cards, more opportunity. Okay, I like that wording.
to obtain these
확실하게 좀
cards.
생겨야 되지 않을까라는 생각을 좀 하고 있습니다. 그래서 그 부분들을 어떻게 좀 적용할지 좀 뒷부분에서 좀 얘기를 드리려고 하고요. 그 다음에 피로도, 피로도
Then
관련된
fatigue,
얘기. 근데 여러분들
burnout.
지금 혹시
Talking about
여기서
burnout now.
모코코 분들이 얼마나 계신지 잘 모르겠는데
I don't know how many Mokokos are in
각인
chat.
4개가 지금 어떠세요? 지금 각인 4개로
But
지금 운영하고 계신데
how is
제가
it?
좀
How is
궁금해요. 각인
using
4개면은 우선은 뭐 이제
4 lines of 3
사실은
engravings?
각인이라는 게 처음
Asking
이제
chat
하나
for
늘어날
responses.
때마다
He's asking for new players to type.
하긴 하는데 각인
He's asking if 4x3
가지고 좀
how it
어려운
feels to
부분이
use.
있을까요?
It was bad,
Are there
probably.
difficulties
He's reading chat,
imagine.
I imagine,
힘들어요?
right now.
just
yeah.
using 4x3?
He's
Chat is going too fast for Google Translate to translate for me, so
I think the
On,
chat is
on YouTube.
divided on this issue. Some people are saying it's
저안 아파요.
kind of
네. 그리고 기믹 잘하면 4개는 충분하다.
I mean, 4x3 is not going to be enough to get them accepted into a party.
나쁘지 않아요.
Past a
People saying
Kangle
it's
normal.
Enough. Some people saying as long as you're doing mechs correctly, there's no issue.
의견이 많이 좀 나눠지기는 하네요. 그죠? 4개면 근데 파트
a lot of
Yeah,
people are
that-
saying they need
Chat's
5.
opinion is quite divided. Some people are saying if you have 4x3, you're
네.
not gonna get
요거 한번
accepted into
저희가
parties.
좀 고민해 볼게요. 여기 이제 요 내용들
You aren't guaranteed. For now,
They're gonna
talk,
look at
he's
this
probably getting to it.
이제 근데 뭐 5개가 혹시 된다고 하더라도 당연히 기간제 이건 뭐 계속 쓸 수는 없을 거고.
But even if
근데
it's
만약에
5x3, it's
일단
not gonna
지표
be
좀더 보겠습니다.
permanent.
관련해서
It's gonna be a
세부로 뜯어서
temporary
5x3 even temporary is
일단
perfect.
카드
That's
힘든
okay.
거는 좀 확실히 벽이 좀 너무 센 것 같아서
provision.
각인은
Like,
각인도 예전에 좀
multiple
힘들어가지고
months of 5x3 is
얘기했었더니
okay.
각인에 관련된 부분들은 확실히 예전보다 낮이긴 했더라고요. 근데 낮이긴 했는데 이 카드가 많이 막혀요. 여러분들
So
파티에
on the
참여할 때도
engraving
카드에 의해서
aspect,
참여가 안
it
되는
has indeed.
분들 많이
It seems
나오거든요.
to have
그래서
helped new players
일단은
indeed,
카드
but
관련된 부분들을
there's still a
먼저
big
좀
wall in terms of
케어하는
cards.
부분들이 필요할 것 같아서 이 부분들을 좀 정리를 해보고 있고 그 다음에
so we're
네.
looking into ways
기간제 무조건 기간제죠. 이거를
in order to
기간제
relieve
아니고
this
5개 드릴 수는 없어요. 당연히
issue of
이건 너무
cards.
당연한 거고 뭐 혹시나 하게 되면 기간제고
I think he diverged
안
from the
하게 되면
fatigue topic real
안
quick to
하는
answer a question from
거고
chat.
좀 고민해 보도록 하겠습니다. 지금 대부분 아부에서 지금 턱이 좀 많이 생겨요.
You got one guide.
엔드 컨텐츠 설명드리면서 좀
There's a
얘기할
big
건데요.
bump going into Brel.
네, 조금 어떤 부분인지는 알고 있어요. 어떤 부분인지 알고 있는데 이것도 저희가
Gold River
좀
says he
지켜보고
knows about this issue.
추후 조치 같은 것들을 여러분 의견 좀 반영해서 어쨌든 결단은 저희가 해야 되는 거지만
So the
의견들이 있으니까
decision
반영해서 지표에 대해서
is
어려움이
something
어느
that the
정도인지
devs will
어려움이
have to
너무
make,
크다라고 생각을 하면 저희가
But if they come to the conclusion that the bump is a bit too high, then they will
네, 요
make
얘기는
adjustments regarding that.
여기까지만 일단 진행하고요. 피로도 관련된 부분 잠깐 넘어가 볼게요.
Regarding
피로도 관련된
fatigue.
부분들도 좀
Some people were even saying 5x3 plus 1.
왔는데
Some mad lads were even saying 5x3 plus 2.
Regarding
That
chaos
wasn't a lot of
dungeons,
people though,
okay.
but
얘기들도 많이 있었고
almost everyone was saying at least 5x3.
Yeah. 5x3 is the new 4x3.
Rather than reducing it to ×1.
여러분들하고 이거 얘기해서
You're talking about Chaos Dungeon.
카오스 던전의 어떤 전반적인
He has
개편이 되고
different
보상도
plans?
지금
I understood Chaos Dungeon.
정해져 있잖아요.
There's different plans. They're reducing it to
There's
just
a set
one.
amount as to how much they can provide through Chaos Dungeons, but
그 저희는 지금 기존은요. 우선 요걸 먼저 얘기 드리면 좋을 것 같은데 엔드 컨텐츠를 무조건 우선순위로 올릴 거예요. 그러니까 지금은
they're
엔드
gonna
컨텐츠를
prioritize
올리는
endgame content,
거가
pushing
무조건
endgame
모든
content.
팀이 1순위로
Okay, they're gonna prioritize fixing endgame content that's not Chaos Dungeon.
So they know, they are aware of opinions being raised regarding
People
burnout.
aren't too pleased.
근본은 업데이트 늦은 거예요. 진짜 다른 거 얘기할 필요 없어요. 그냥 업데이트 늦은 거예요.
So
업데이트
the
늦고
most
템포
pressing
늦어지고
problem
하는 게
they're
일단
looking at
일순위 문제예요.
is
그래서 이거에 대한
update
부분들은
release
일단
speed.
And when they updated the cube thing, that was really well
그다음에
received.
필요한
So
일을 할 겁니다.
Yeah.
그래서
So they're first gonna
they did a
prioritize
good job
that,
changing
and
the
then
view.
They're going to.
gonna
He says their
do
number one
additional
priority is
things
up.
also.
He says their main priority is to release more content faster.
Focusing
on
endgame content.
I think that's a problem, though.
Yeah.
The daily stuff, yeah, because you still have to do all the daily
There
stuff
is
to do the end
personnel
stuff.
that cannot focus on endgame content regarding like expertise area, I think. So it's
Can
not
you
like
just
they can
reduce Chaos
concentrate
Dungeon to
all
one? It's not that hard.
into
It's literally
just
easy.
endgame content.
Yeah, like they already have the rest bonus system. If they just made it to where you all quote always had rest bonus, but you only had to do one.
But they're
If
gonna
they already
make
have the
in-game
means of
content,
doubling the output.
like pushing those updates.
I guess they might not have the
like a
means of
sacred
doubling the
area.
double, but
그리고 실제로 실효성. 뭐 예를 들어서 뭐 얘기 들어보니까 카던을 그냥 지금 맨날 몸만 이렇게 나와서 잡고 이런 것들 너무 지겹다. 뭐
Chaos Dungeon is
디펜스를
just too
만들어달라. 아니면
boring.
뭐
Some
다른
people are
형태,
saying you should make it like a
이런 랜덤하게
defense
돌아가는 걸
where like
만들어달라. 뭐 여러
swarms of
가지
monsters
그 어떤 카던을
come
하는
to you.
스타일의
He's talking about how to make Chaos Dungeon not boring, I guess.
디펜스가 있을 수도 있고 뭐 아니면 뭐 무슨 누구를
There could be
좋아하는
like
게 될
different
수도 있고. 근데
styles as it comes
제가
to
게이머로서의
Chaos Dungeons.
감각이라고 해야 되나? 뭐
different
게이머로서의 어떤
styles.
Now as a
봤을 때는
gamer,
결국엔 이 카던 같은
what he feels is that
콘텐츠들이 어떻게 설계되든 반복이 시작되면은 빨리 잡고 좋은 보상 나오는 게 그냥 좋은
as long as it
콘텐츠예요.
remains repetitive, it
잠깐
will
해놓으면 뭐
be
디펜스를 하고 어떤 여러
annoying to do.
타입의 형태가 랜덤하게 돌아오면
He says as long as it's repetitive, it'll be annoying to do.
Like it could give you
a few
momentary
people in chat are complaining about K-angle clear time
but
being too long.
on the
제
long term,
생각에는 그거에 힘들여봐야
not a good thing.
서로 저희대로 힘쓰고 여러분들은 여러분대로 만족하지 못할
Maybe it's just one guy who's spamming it a
잠깐은
bunch,
뭔가
but
신선해가지고
Okay. So if
괜찮은데 이럴 수
they
있을 수
could
있어요. 근데
go and change the format regarding
그래서
Chaos
저는,
Dungeon, but as long as
제
it remains a
생각에는
repetitive
일단
thing,
보상을 지금 있는 거에서 일단은 이제 뭐
Saying is they're
as
saying
long as
that
it remains repetitive,
saying as long as Chaos Dungeon
it
remains
will
repetitive,
be a chore, so
you're
they're
gonna
not
we're gonna think the same way.
the format of it, but they're gonna look into
Yes.
rewards.
Okay, they're not going to change the format or any contents of it, but they're going to look into updating rewards. That to me is the worst option. That is,
Performance.
people would actually just like I don't.
They're testing changes regarding Chaos Dungeons where that make Chaos Dungeons less annoying.
He's saying, okay, the wording is to make them less annoying and more rewarding.
people
So
are
these
in chat
changes
complaining that
may
they're spending too much time diagnosing the
reduce
problem. They need to
time
fix the
spent in Chaos
problem.
Dungeons by up to 25%.
They're going to speed up Chaos Dungeons by
So
25%.
the monsters in Chaos Dungeon will gather up towards you.
여러분들의 그 짜증이 없어지는 거는 거의 맞는데 살짝 물약은 조금 더 빠실 수도 있을 것 같아요.
So it might be the case that you end up
한 자리 있기 좀 힘든
eating more
경우들이 있더라고요. 그래서
pots.
이런 부분들은 있는데 여기서 보상을 좀 추가할 겁니다. 여기서
And they're
보상을 좀
gonna
추가할 건데
add
여기서 카드
a reward.
아까 얘기했던 카드라든가 뭐 일부 이제
Cards.
They're going to add cards can drop from them.
몇몇 개 공급을 해볼 생각이 있고요.
Cards
Okay.
and additional rewards.
그냥
Cards and
네,
additional rewards being added to Chaos Dungeon, and it works 20, and everything progresses 25% faster.
공간을 봐야겠지만
Why not just reduce it to 1 though, alongside all that?
전설 카드가 떨어질 수도 있고
Perhaps
하여튼
with
확률에 따라서
very
아마
at a
변동도 되긴
very
할
low
텐데
probability,
카드도 나오게 될
legendary
건데
cards
막
could drop.
뭐 한 판에 막 우수수 떨어지면 큰일 나요. 저희
Just-
게임이 갑자기 막
But it's not gonna be
재미에
like
잠깐
where,
있지만 장기적으로 볼
like
때는
cards
큰일 날수 있어서
dropping
조절을
like
굉장히
rain.
잘해야 됩니다. 그래서
Just make it
몇
one
판에 한 번
room,
되게 떨어지지만
you survive in,
조절 정말
and then you go to the
잘
next room, and that's technically your second
중요한
chaos
거는
dungeon.
최소한의 저희가 이제
The rate at
노력을
which
드리는 최소한의
these
비용을
cards
드리고
drop.
카던을 뭔가 뭐 완전히 다 뒤집어 엎는다기보다는 빨리
Honestly, I'm more interested in Guardian Raid Fatigue than
그다음에
Chaos
I feel
Dungeon.
like-
받는 보상보다는 어쨌든 플러스로 추가 보상을
Revolutionize the way Chaos
넣어보자
Dungeon works.
라는 게
We're
저희
just gonna
취지고요.
make it more
그다음에 이거는 이제 어떻게
convenient,
생각하실지 좀 의견
easier to
물어보고
do.
싶은데
He's not gonna they're not gonna overhaul Chaos Dungeon. They're just going to make it more
Juice up
convenient
the rewards.
보스방
and juice
골드방
rewards, and then push
Now,
in-game content.
Regarding gold rooms and boss rooms in Chaos Dungeon,
뭐 얘기 좀 주세요.
Okay, he's talking about gold and boss rooms now.
골드방하고 보스방 카던에서 나오는 거 어떠신가요?
what do you think about that?
It is moving very
What do you
quickly.
think about those?
짜요. 아 보상이 짜다고.
I think Chaos. I
Not
think
enough rewards.
I could keep doing Chaos Dungeons the way they are just fine.
구리다. 지금도 좋아요.
I just want the mobs to spawn a little bit faster. They just made 25%.
Some people saying it's
서포터
good
힘들어요.
enough.
If they just made
People say
25%.
gold rooms. People are saying that they care. They really like the gold rooms.
아 보스방이 나오는 건
Yeah.
좋은데 짜다.
If Chaos
But the
Dungeons
supporters
just
killing
spawned
the boss is
mobs,
really hard.
if Chaos Dungeons just spawned 25% faster, I'd be fine. I don't need any more changes than that, honestly. I want to feel like I can do Guardians and it not be an absolute chore.
Looking at gold
진짜 조금이죠.
rooms,
돌다 보면은
the reward is really
그래도 이제 뭐
small.
맨날 뜨는 것도 아니고 어쩌다가 가끔 뜨는데 골드 딱 하면은 찔끔찔끔.
If they made mobs spawn like the new cube, yeah. If they just use the tech from the new cube and just call it a Chaos Dungeon, I call it good.
Satisfying to hit on that gold, the
Yeah,
monster
I don't know, like
gold
they've-
room.
Imagine if
근데 이
Chaos
골드가
Dungeons, like they had like
확인해보니까
the bonuses you could get
카던
and stuff.
골드방에서 나오는 골드가
Now the
But then what would be the difference between a cube and a...
3%나 돼요.
wow, the gold
Cube
that
is
you
different
get
rewards.
from the chaos
Yeah, but it sounds like they're trying to make the rewards basically the same
3%
in here.
of the gold generated in the entire economy.
골드 주는 거야 많은 거야 막 이게 뭐야 이게.
He says the gold rooms generate 3% of the gold in the economy. What the fuck, really?
3%?
많죠
Really?
생각보다 여러분 생각하는
That's a fuck ton.
It's a lot more than you guys think, right?
Those rooms only give like 200 gold.
물론 이제 카던은 대부분
Yeah, but there's
돕니다. 저희 게임에서 가장 많은
so many of
A
them.
lot of people do chaos dungeons.
Also, sometimes, yeah, you can get one that rolls different amounts of gold. Like, I've seen as low as like 68 gold from them or something like that. I think it's my lowest.
Content.
People in chat seem to think 3% is too high.
3%.
Yeah.
It is indeed a lot.
Yeah, everybody, that's what one was saying too.
이 3%가 좀 억울한 거죠. 왜냐면
People are disagreeing with his numbers.
뭔가 맛있게 준다라는
But like looking at this 3%, it's a lot.
I could see it being 3% because a lot of people do Chaos Dungeon, and like a lot of the other side of that equation is only done by like the super high end.
Yeah.
So like your individual wealth won't be 3% from Chaos Dungeon because a lot of your wealth comes from higher end
Yeah.
content.
He's just talking about gold
Like
generated.
this difference in perspective.
Yeah,
From
but he's
their
talking
side,
about gold
it feels
generated
like it's
across
really
everyone.
small, but from the developer's
And not everyone's
perspective,
doing a con to get to 10,000 gold.
Okay, he's saying from their developer perspective, 3% is a lot.
이렇게 주다
Yeah,
보니까
everyone I think says 3% is a lot.
짜요. 막 네, 이렇죠. 그래가지고 뭘 웃으세요? 지금 웃으라고 하는 얘기가 저희는 심각해요 지금. 그래서 웃으라고 하는 얘기가 아니에요. 네. 어쨌든 뭐
Chat was
이것도
saying
그렇게
you're
알려줄게,
laughing while
짜요라고.
saying that.
어쨌든 뭐 그렇게 해서
People said, no, we're very serious
득템하는
about it.
없고 우리는 우리대로 공급을 하는데 그죠? 개발사 입장에서 좀 요령이 없는 거죠. 그러니까
I don't know,
공급을
but like
하는데
people seem to like the
받는 사람
gold
만족을 안
dungeons, so like I don't know how they.
이런 게
Situation where
I wouldn't
the
take it
developers
away.
did not have
안 좋다.
uh,
뭐 그렇게 좀 생각을 됩니다. 그래서
didn't have a
차라리
good
이제 지금 아직
methodology.
확정된 건 아니지만 이거는 개편은 할 건데요. 그
So we're gonna
보스방이
make
없어질 수도
adjustments
있고,
to this.
아니면 보스방 그대로 있을 수도 있고 골드방이 없어질 수도 있고 하지만 골드가 나오는 빈도는 조금
So is their goal to make it more rewarding? I'm
골드
confused.
나오는 좀 아쉬우실 수도 있지만 골드가 나오는 빈도는 좀
I mean, they can make it more rewarding on not the gold side, right? Like more stones, more
또 그러면서도
Hold on, he's
shards.
Gold giving opportunities.
보상 감성을 조금
But we're gonna bump the amount of gold you get every time you get a gold room.
하면은 좀
Okay, they're gonna lower the probability of it spawning, but more
they're
gold.
thinking about that
실링방이요?
adjustment.
실링방도 뭐 생각해 볼 수 있는 옵션이.
Oh, we could also
I guess.
introduce like a silver room
고민해 볼게요.
The thing about a silver room?
that just drops a lot
어쨌든
of
지금
silver.
골드를 해서 대신에 저희가
There's a cube room you can get that just gives you 5 mil silver flat.
2.8 몇 프로였거든요.
Like technically speaking, it's not 3%. It's closer to like a 2.8.
요거를 저희가 최종에서 골드를 하는 최종 값은 올릴게요. 최종 값은 조금 올려서
Oh,
많이는
so
아니고 조금 올려서 뭐 한
People seem to
are
not
going
care
to
much about the silver room
increase
because they
the
already have a lot of silver.
대신에 좀
of
대박 감성을
gold,
좀
like
가져가고
the
그다음에
total
그
amount of
대박
gold
감성으로
dropping
골드를
from
다
Chaos
잃어버리면
Dungeon, like
짜-
across the board.
짜치게 받는 감성이 좀 안 좋으니까 뭐 카드라든가
Be cool
They
to
have
get
a-
like a card room.
They have a lot of
We're gonna
silver
reduce the
now.
frequency, but each time a gold room appears, it's gonna be
어쨌든
way more.
지금보다는 보상
They-
감성이
Just
they-
what people
they-
said in chat.
Yeah, but they think they have a lot of silver right now as Korean players because they haven't got any new content to hone to. So-
Yeah, also the people in chat are going to be people that
really
are
like a
highly
Sitting on
invested
200
in the game
million.
and have
like a huge
a lot of silver.
reward.
That doesn't necessarily mean that every player has a lot of silver.
저희가 8월 2일까지 이 몹이 몰리는 것부터 시작해서 약간 추가적인 보상이 포함된 거를 8월 2일까지 한번
August 2nd.
해볼게요. 또 이거 또 이제 나중에
August 2nd, they're gonna push these changes.
August 2nd is when their Korea gets all these changes for Chaos Dungeon. So I guess they'll settle on some specifics by then.
We'll try bringing them with the August 2nd patch.
I mean, it sounds like it's pretty much a trial. Like they're not sure, but they're just gonna push something out.
Yeah.
And I think what their data is gonna show, or it should show, is that it's burnout's still gonna be
Or
hard.
they're gonna
Yeah.
do another live stream that introduces these
가디언
changes.
토벌
Probably the
피로도
former.
문제에 있죠. 네. 가디언
And
토벌을
then Guardians.
He's talking about Guardians.
Guardian
Thank God.
지금 우리 제가
So people, a lot of people in chat are asking about server transfer.
패치 뭐
I can't believe that their response though still to Chaos Dungeons is like, because you're gonna get bored anyway, we're not gonna try to make it interesting even for a little while.
주제를 좀 정할 테니까 거기 주제에 대해서만
Like their response is just, we'll
대해서만 좀 얘기를 해주시면 제가 더
There's a
많은
lot
make you
of
do the same thing.
의견을 들을 수 있을 것 같아요.
subjects
And hope you like it
brought
better.
out in
이게 다
chat,
많아요.
but
어차피 다 제가
let us focus
좀
on
어렵거든요.
Yeah.
그러니까
some
주제를 좀
select
던져볼 테니까
themes.
그 주제에
I mean, that's just the nature of the game. Is that
제가
Yeah, but that's the thing that people want to change is the nature of the game.
수 있을 것 같아요.
Yeah.
오, 네, 감사합니다. 오케이. 자, 그래서 가디언 토벌 좀 얘기를
which I think they're reluctant to do.
진행을 좀 해보면
So let's first try focusing on Guardians.
좋아요. 아, 좋습니다. 감사합니다. 여기 여러분들
At least he's reading chat, and it's obvious he's reading chat, so that's good.
제가 진행 정말 좀 더 많이 피드백해드릴 수 있으니까 이렇게 따라와 주시면 좋을 것 같고, 네, 우선은 가디언 토벌 얘기 드렸죠. 미들 컨텐츠로 격상시키고.
Yeah, I don't know. Chat's moving very quickly.
가가지고 또
No,
얘기를
no.
해봤습니다. 또
At
What
least
I
on
did
YouTube.
say early
I don't know
on,
about on
like
Twitch.
last time, was that
해봤는데
Guardians should be like a mid-tier
많이 좀 나뉘는
content.
경향들이 있어요. 그래서
But when I
우선은
went
미들
back
컨텐츠로
and did
올리는
internal
게 정말
discussions,
유저들한테 행복한
like the
것이냐라는
opinions were
부분들의
kind of
얘기도 좀
divided
있었고,
within the team.
그다음에 그냥
His opinion were divided on the team if Guardians should be medium tier content or not.
카던은 일단 뭐그 보상이 너무 집중되어 있는, 여러분들 아까 전에 얘기한 거에서 카던 있잖아요. 카던에서도 보상을 추가할 건데 이 가디언 토벌에서도 일단 보상은 조금 더 플러스로 추가를 하긴 할 겁니다.
So we're gonna
그건 일단 미리
increase the
설명드리고요.
rewards you
근데
get
이제
from
가디언 토벌을
Guardians.
미들 컨텐츠로 올린다는 게 주에 3회만 피로도를 줄이기 위해서 주에 3회만 돌고 그 다음에 컨텐츠의 위력을 올리자, 이게 이제 아니었고, 근데 내부에서는 또 다른 의견들, 이게 이제 그 문제 인식은 해가지고 문제에 대한 파악은 좀 빨리 할 수 있는데 솔루션을 낼 때까지
People are
걸리는
saying
시간이
why
So
two,
it's very
one
easy
guardian
to
is fun,
recognize
not
that a
two.
problem is there, but
일부터 막
coming up with a
진짜 여러 가지
solution
솔루션이
takes a
나올 수
very long
있으니까
while.
거기에 대한 사이드
A lot of
이펙트,
internal
그다음에
discussions.
이펙트, 그다음에 뭐 개발하는 기간, 스펙, 그다음에 뭐 이제 진행되는
Okay, he says they're gonna
to
upgrade the rewards.
Come up with a plan and you need to go on with developing
He's
it.
also saying that they can't make any, that they're not making any other changes because they would need to have more discussion about it.
굉장히 좀 여러 가지 어려움이 있어요. 그런데
Recognize the problem is easy, coming up with a solution.
Saying recognizing a problem is easy, coming up with solutions hard. Takes time.
I mean, no, yeah, definitely, but like,
어쨌든 저희가 확정한 건
Not coming up with a solution isn't a solution.
가디언 토벌은
Yeah.
줄여놓기는 할 겁니다.
So we
그거는
are
확정.
indeed going to
확정해서 줄여놓기는 할
reduce
건데
Oh, hang on.
여러분들이
the amount of times you have to
주사매로 하고
enter
이
Guardians
컨텐츠의
every week,
파워가
whether
올라가는
it's
지표를 보면은
once per
이게
day or 3 times
여러분은
per
아마
week.
이쪽을 좀 좋아하실 것 같은데 지표를 보면
Okay, they're thinking about reducing the amount of times you enter Guardians to being either once per day or 3 times per week.
다는 아닐 것 같다는 생각이
Not sure yet, I guess.
Looking at internal data,
그냥
it
1회
does seem like not everyone
That still
will
seems mad
welcome
about
this
the
change.
more than one chaos dungeon.
Looking at
낮추기로
chat
결정을 했어요.
opinions.
가토 같은 경우에 피로도 낮추기로 결정을 했는데 그냥 그 수준을 유지하고 한 번만 뭐 줄여줬으면 좋겠다. 아니면 어쨌든 뭐 주
A lot of people are saying 1 time per day.
체력 올리든
So
위력
they're
올리든
still
뭐
Some people are also saying
discussing
3
as
times.
to,
It's a little divided.
Just let me pick when I
which
want to play a
options
character in
they're
a week.
doing
Let me
this
play
once
let
per
me
day
let me play a character a couple times a week if I want to
week.
and get it over with.
어차피 여러분
They're already only doing it 3 times a week.
Yeah, the reason why they lean towards 3 times a week as developers is because their data is going to show that everybody just does rest bonus.
것들에 대한 부분들을 뭐 반으로 줄이든 뭐 이제
So
Yeah.
that's 3 times a week.
따로 먹는 거예요. 그래서 7번보다는 또 적게 도실 수도 있기는 합니다.
And of course, you will still have access
이제
to rest gauge.
내부에서요.
And he says they'll still have access to rest
여러
gauge.
가지 매칭 지표들 같은 것들도 또 살펴봐야 되고 하는데 주사매로 됐을 때 어떤 매칭에 대한 어떤 분산 이런 부분들도 봐야 합니다.
We also have to look
주의가 되면
at
그 위험성은 많이
matchmaking,
낮은데 그냥 피로도만 줄일 수 있는데
how harder it
주사매가 됐을 때는 이제
becomes.
매칭이 어떻게 될지 뭐 모수가 어떻게
I guess they also have to worry. He's saying they have to worry about matchmaking, how hard it becomes to find people when you have to do less of them.
Yeah, I agree.
Because of the reduced frequency at which people.
I think
players,
the 1
access
time
the
a week
content.
is the more, or 1 time a day is the more.
I'd prefer 3 times
Pervasive
a
call.
week. I would prefer as a player 3 times a week.
네.
Okay.
대충 이제 좀
I think the 3 times a
비교를
week makes it hard to find a group, but like
저희가 이제 줄인다는 얘기는 드렸잖아요. 근데 방법을
I don't think it does because there's so many other players that are going to be like it just depends. Like there might be one day of the week that's hard,
여기에 대한 피로도는
but it's already hard to matchmake on
They are
Tuesdays. So
going
like
to look at it internally.
주삼에 하든 1회를 하든
Wh-
줄이는 방향이니까
whichever
여기에 대해서는
they
If they
end up
did the thing
deciding
where,
on,
like,
they are indeed going to reduce the time
you
spent
could-
in Guardians.
하던
okay, they're up in the rewards, and he says they're going to talk about it more internally, but they're definitely going to reduce the time spent in Guardians.
8월 2일 이것도 역시 정리해서
Yeah, I
어떤
think they're going to
방향으로
push the
정리해서
changes
that's good.
시간 끌 거 없이 8월 2일
on
날
August
바로
2nd.
The changes are every change coming today is coming on August 2nd.
Chaos Dungeon changes will be pushed
Guardians, yeah.
then.
You can wind with translation. Guardian,
그리고요.
yeah, Guardian and Chaos Dungeon changes are August 2nd for them.
Whichever they decide on.
근데 이제
Whatever they decide,
피로도 얘기 나와서
they're still talking
피로도
about
그다음에
specifics.
다른 데에서는 보상
I mean,
같은 것들을 좀 다른
honestly though,
드린 거긴
the Guardian change either way is good.
뭐가 있냐? 엔드 컨텐츠.
Good
So,
improvement.
여러분 실제적으로 제가요.
and he didn't say, and he said they're going to ditch the idea of making them harder. So,
잠시만요. 제가 보니까
예.
엔드 컨텐츠.
I guess that's fine.
의 피로도가 사실은 가장 높아요.
I like
What's
that they're not
highest?
making them harder.
When they looked at internal data is endgame content fatigue.
okay, the biggest thing he
People
said they're looking at is in-game content fatigue. I guess in-game content fatigue is a result, but in-game content fatigue probably looks really bad to them because it's a result of the other
It's
stuff.
not Chaos Dungeon or,
Yeah, it's all compounding.
or
Yeah.
Guardian fatigue that's the
Some
most pressing
people are
issue.
asking for solo abyss dungeons.
엔드 컨텐츠가
He's saying that that internal data shows that Chaos Dungeon and Guardian aren't the fatigue. It's people are falling off of raids, but that's because it's like I think that's where as developer they just don't want to admit that something's wrong.
How was Voldai card?
Or they're looking at the data, and data can be misinterpreted.
Yeah,
뭐 길이에 대한 어떤 걸
Because the
People are
raids
going
are
to
going
keep-
to be what breaks your back.
괜찮으세요?
yeah.
But it's not the straws that are
Yeah.
like the straws that are building up is the
Some
People
the
can-
daily
saying
homework, and then
they're
it is the
dying.
weeklies that break your back.
Yeah, you do your dailies and you're like, oh fuck it, I'm not gonna do a raid.
재밌어요. 재밌어요.
That was me literally earlier. It's like, oh fuck it, I'm not gonna do a clown.
on point. Some people said.
근데
Some people
피곤하다는
said
얘기보다는
it's
재밌다는
fun.
얘기가 훨씬 많아요. 지금 여기 이제 얘기 주신
Looking at
분들께서는
chat, there's way more opinions
피곤하다는
saying it like it's really fun, and Voldek is
재밌다는
indeed
얘기가
a very well-designed raid
라카이서스가
that's
너무
really
욕해요.
fun.
See, even Wine's chat's divided. People are saying I can do Chaos and Guardians all day, but raids are the problem. Then the other half are like this other guy responds literally raids feel like the problem because you're doing so many dailies. The other guy's like the other dude's
I
just
think
like
some people
dot.
complain about Gate to Lachesis.
They're talking about Voldike specifically. It's
무슨 맛이에요?
difficulty.
Entropy feel very smudged. Someone said.
People are asking for
Entropy
less
stock
gates
a bit
and
above
less. They want to be able to solo Abyss dungeons.
It all links together.
They don't want to have 4 people.
I think for old ones, yeah, people wanted that. For cards.
Now, internally,
I think they're talking about K-Angle, but I guess K-Angle's kind of old for them.
Gold
Yeah.
River raised the issue.
There's no way they could solo 1580 though. They could not solo hard mode. They could solo normal mode.
여러분들끼리도 그렇잖아요. 이제 유저분들도 어떤 주제가 있으면은 의견이 다 한쪽으로 몰리는
I guess maybe they can. They're really strong with elixirs.
So when you look at players, the opinions are split, right? Developers are the same.
확실한 거는 이제 사멸에 대해서 그럼
Everyone has different opinion.
논의하는 거는 뭐 알겠어. 근데 맨날 뭐 백날 뭐 1년 2년 논의만 할 거야. 이제 이게 핵심이잖아요. 사실은.
The problem is, it comes down to this, like, you can do like discussions, but once it reaches like 1 year, 2 year discussing, at this point you need to come
Going too fast for me to translate with Google.
He's saying at this point, you can talk about things like for a year. If you talk about things for a year or two, it's too long to talk. You need to start making changes. This is regarding their end-game content philosophy, I guess.
Headmaster entropy.
And I guess he's talking about
Which
I guess he's talking about just overall raid design with sets or something. I don't know. My blue's not translating very much right
People are
now.
asking for server transfers.
Yeah.
it is a problem when we're designing new raids. It will keep on biting our neck.
이런 부분들인데 이 점점 우리 게임의 패턴을
He said if they don't start changing some of their design things,
If you look
keep
at the
designing raids
patterns
will
of the game,
will keep biting their own neck, I guess.
the mechs, the patterns, the boss patterns are becoming more and more difficult.
점점 AI가 낮아질 거야라는 건 말이 안 되잖아요. 앞으로 그런 미래가 벌어질 일은 없을 거고. 그런 상황에서 본다라고 하면 뭐 그렇죠. 사멸을 삭제하는 방법도 있고 사멸을 대처하는 세트로 만드는 방법도 있고 합니다. 여러 가지 이제 생각이 있는데 지금 확실한 건 지금 저희 게임의 AI, 저희 게임의 패턴, 저희 게임의 엔드 컨텐츠,
The AI in our game, the patterns,
이런
the
상황에서
raid mechanisms.
중요한 건 하이 리턴. 그러니까 흔히
What's really important is
리스크 하이 리턴.
high risk, high return.
한 거냐를 체크해 봐야죠.
Whether that
처음
is
우리가 게임 만들 때
possible.
말고 지금 현재
Talking about how they want, something about high risk, high return.
나오는 혹은 앞으로 나올
Not looking at the raids of the past,
high
but
return이
right now
되는 거냐.
and going into the future.
이거를 판단해 봤을 때 좀 위험하죠. 그리고 아까 얘기했듯이 컨텐츠에도 계속 대응되기 때문에 이 부분은 변화를 줄 겁니다. 사멸에
People in chat are talking about class balance. I don't know.
또 답이 아니에요.
Yeah.
이게 또
I don't think YouTube chat's useful.
They will come
확대를
up.
하고 나서 또 여러
They will
가지
push changes,
well,
whether
fuck
it's
you.
deleting
거기에 대해서
entropy.
이제 여러 가지
Edge.
고민을 해보고
They're gonna push changes towards deleting entropy.
사멸에 대한 변화를
Come up with an
Maybe that's why they were
alternative.
talking about class balance.
They're gonna
But
come up
we
with an
are
alternative.
indeed going to make a change to entropy.
솔루션이 또 중요하죠. 그냥 또 솔루션 잘못 내면 더 망가질 수
They're
있어요.
going to push towards deleting it, but first they're gonna push changes.
점 데미지 들어가는 거 그것도 맛있거든요. 그 맛으로 그나마 하는 건데 이제 사면이
So for entropy players, what's really nice playing entropy is when you get those big numbers.
어떻게 할까요?
Yeah.
When you do it correctly.
그래서
He's saying acknowledging the back attacking with entry players. What they want is the big numbers from the back attacking.
데미지 치던 거보다 고점을
So they could come
Yes.
up with a solution where you increase the floor damage but reduce the ceiling damage, but then it's not delicious.
이런 부분들 잘 봐야 합니다.
He's talking about things they could do to fix it.
치던 사람들 고점
I'm not gonna repeat.
원하는 거 맞아?
Explain it.
여러 가지
Yeah.
So they have to think about it. Like for players who are looking for that ceiling, is it
장기적으로 게임
the
서비스가
correct
어렵지
solution
않을 것 같아요.
to
그리고
get rid of that ceiling?
콘텐츠의 역학관계, 그다음에
They're contemplating with entropy. The thing is its ceiling, the big damage you see. But they're contemplating whether or not they need to get rid of that ceiling and just raise the floor, or what to do. So they still gotta talk about
Dynamics
it.
between Headmaster and entropy.
Yes, also they talk about how Hitmaster and Entropy act together. Like right now, Korea hates Entropy because it's too weak.
이야기를 좀
Hitmaster's just
Still
OP.
in discussion, in progress, but yes, we're analyzing these issues.
But specifically, Hitmaster's not the
We're probably
problem, it's
gonna bring
Entropy.
up this issue at a later time.
네.
Okay, so they're still talking internally and they'll
At the
bring
very
up that
least,
issue later.
showing that they
그렇죠. 여러
are
가지 이제
discussing
나오는
this
부분,
issue.
클래스별로 또 이제 여러 가지 있는데
But I guess the opinion is they're going to push more towards. I mean, that seems like the obvious solution. Just delete
여러 가지
entropy,
이제 세트 효과에
figure out something else in its place instead of reworking every other hitmaster and.
필요할 거라고 생각해서 그 부분들은
We're gonna need
얘기를
some
하고
changes
얘기를
in that department.
변화에 대한 부분들이 생길 때 또 다시 얘기를 드려야 될 것 같은데 우선은 지금
I will
너무
come
여기에
back to
대해서
this issue at
답답해만
probably a
하시니까 사멸에 대해서는
later
일단
live
사멸뿐만 아니라
stream.
전체
But
세트를 봐야죠. 지금 이제 대표적으로 사멸 얘기를 한 건데 사멸에 대한 부분들은 이 정도까지 진행되고 있다라는 것들을 일단 얘기를
at the very least, I wanted to
변화에 대한
say
확정만
that
얘기드릴게요. 네, 변화에 대한 확정만 우선
we are
얘기드리고
discussing it internally,
뭔 얘기하다가
and I just wanted to give you a heads up as to
얘기하다가 넘어왔는데 엔드
what the
컨텐츠가
state
그래서 지금 이제 산화탑이
of our
어떠냐라고
discussions is
물어본 건
at.
재미를 물어본 부분들도 있지만 관문수가
I don't know what this topic is. I spaced out for a second.
지금 이제 또
I
카멘
don't know what topic it's on, but they've been talking about this internally. But he wants to disclose internal.
We're talking about
굉장히 좀
Talking about the.
like being 4 gates.
Oh, he's talking about the
They
number
might
of gates
want
for in-game content.
사관문, 삼관문 이렇게 해가지고 계속 이제 이것들이 이제 누적이 계속
It's all it all adds up. It's all cumulative.
관문수가 어떤지에 대해서 여쭤보고 있는 거예요. 관문수. 여러분들은 지금 관문수에 대해서 어떻게 생각하고
What do you
계십니까?
think about
그래도
the
엔드니까
current
사관문이
number of gates?
유효한 겁니까? 아니면
Asking chat for how they feel about
Is 4
the number.
points? Is it too much?
Is 4 long, too long,
Wanna
too little,
hear
too much?
chat
그리고
opinion?
일단
Who's gonna
여러분
reach out?
생각과 달라도 일단 여러분 의견을 들어본다.
People are saying 2 to 3.
So I'll first listen
You
to
are
what
saying
chat
3
has
to
to
4?
say, and then I will
A lot of
talk
people
about
seem
my own
3.
opinion.
Must be a lot of 3s, my lord.
It's okay up to 4.
I think it's okay up to 4
뭐제 셔츠가 뭐 어떻게 됐어요?
if the fights are actually unique. I think Voldike's fights look unique enough each gate to justify 4.
On my foot.
All 4 gates look unique enough for 4. I don't know how you feel about Kango, but I feel like 4 is fine. It could be 3.
3.
자, 제 생각 잘 들었습니다. 뭐 적당하시는 분.
I think it just depends on the uniqueness of gate to gate. Like it's you can't if you just make all raids 3, it's gonna feel weird.
섞여 있어요.
Yeah.
섞여 있는 것 같아요.
People aren't worried about the number. People are worried about how many gates they have to do. Somebody explained this the other day, a Korean streamer. The Korean players are worried about how many gates they have to do for their 3 raids total, not for an individual raid.
그냥
So to
지금
talk about my
복귀를
thoughts?
저희가 이제 어쨌든 서비스를 오래 했고 군단장도 많이 냈고 이제 마지막 군단장까지 결국 와 있잖아요.
And we're at the
생각을 좀
last
얘기를 드려보면은
Legion Commander raid.
관문은 제 개인적으로는 카멘 정도는 4관문까지 가야 된다고 생각해요.
Regarding, at the very least, I think Daemon should
There was
be
one
4
mad
gates.
lad who said he wanted 10 gates.
얘기드리지만 아부는 6관문 잘못 썼어요.
But
너무 많아요. 너무 많고
going back
지금도
to
아부는
Brill,
문제가 되고 있어요.
6
Rumor
gates
thinks that
was
Daemon
way
should be
too
4.
much.
And he's saying how that with Brel 6 was way too much.
When looking at the
아부는 항상 걸려요. 항상
rate
걸려요.
at which
그러니까 이제
players
우리도 이제 패사
adjust to
구간이라는
Brawl,
그
get
중간
used to
중간
it,
옛날에 뭐 아래고 스포츠까지 이제 패사
Brawl is
구간이
always a big bump.
많이 줄이고
Said Brel is a big bump up
So we
from
did make
what they
adjustments
did
over
before.
time to make Brawl
6관문 완전 잘못 쓴 거.
less annoying,
관문만
easier,
잘못 쓴건 아니에요.
but
맞아요.
6 gates was way
금강선이
too
이거
much.
완전 잘못했죠.
6 gates is way too much. That's what he said.
음,
Delete Brel 1 and 2.
2관문
Yeah. Pausers deleting.
했을 때는 2관문
Gate 2.
발탄 2관문이었어요, 여러분.
He's specifically going to talk about gate 2.
발탄
Oh, 2 gates. So he's talking about Vaulton.
Please delete gate 2.
Vaulton was 2 gates.
Just fucking remove it.
Oh no,
dude.
okay, no, never mind. He's talking about two gate raids like Vaulton.
Vicus was
보면은
3
Oh.
gates.
Vaulton's the only 2 gate raid.
쿠크나
Yes.
발탄에 비해서는 조금 뭐 트라이 시간이나
Vicus compared to Clown or
튀어
Vaulton
있기는 해요.
does have a big bump.
그러니까 1관문이
Saying how Vicus was a big bump from Vaulton, and then there's another big bump into Clown. I guess.
I keep going to that thought that maybe Vicus should have been 2 gates. Maybe we should have removed gate 1.
He's saying how he thinks they should have
Brawl
removed
gate
gate 1
6
from
was
Vicus.
a mistake.
He thinks the mistake with Brel was gate
Camo
6.
4 gates.
어비스 던전이라는 걸 할 때 2관문, 2관문 이렇게 나눠져 있던 거예요.
Really? He thinks he removed 6
When you look
first.
back at Abyss dungeon, like old Abyss dungeon, like Oreha was 2 gates.
2
2
has to
gates.
go, dude.
우리가 이제 너무 오래
2 is so bad.
누적치를 계속 쌓아오고 있는데 이게 공식처럼 쓸 필요는 없다고 생각을 해요. 그래서 어비스 던전
I would delete Vicus gate 1 for sure.
사실은
He says
Yeah.
Kangle's 4.
Dungeons.
일관문
He's talking about Old Abyss Dungeons, how there were 2.
Kangle.
뭐 3관문으로 하든가.
I guess they're technically 4.
What if
이게거든요.
we
중요한
removed
건
gate
그리고
1?
상하탑도
And
이제
Kangle.
엔드 컨텐츠이기
He's
때문에
asking about if they remove gate 1 and
진행을
Kangle.
하기 위해서
If he wants chat's opinion.
4관문 이렇게 했는데
Yeah.
사실 뭐 시나리오상으로서는 라카이
I mean, I think it would improve. I mean,
So
you
looking
even
at
said it
Mobile
would improve.
two,
So.
Yeah.
Like gates 1 and 3.
It's still new for us, so I couldn't see.
Scenario-wise, right? What's really important is Lachesis and
뭐 어떤 분들은
last
I almost feel like 1 could be combined with 2.
근데
They're not gonna. I think he's just talking about strictly about reducing what they already have made.
상하탑
Yeah.
일관문은 있어야 될 것 같아요. 뭐 게임이라는 게 사실 그래요. 처음에
What if we sent one
regarding
character
Voldeck,
down to
that
fight
gate
the
1 is
lion
needed?
bird,
휙 갈 수
and then
있는
the other
거지.
3 fought
부담이
Tianus?
좀 적어지는 거지.
Thoughts?
모든
That would be a better fight
하게
than-
되는 것도 사실은
No, it would be
좋지
worse.
않다고 생각하는데.
Oh, he recognized the need for an easier gate 1.
네.
Not all gates should be like super
그래서 얘기하는
difficult.
거는
He's saying that they want gate the first gate. They think the first gate should be easier.
4 이렇게 하는 거
Definitely.
뭐 이제 2, 3.
I guess he's saying TNS wouldn't be a good first gate.
섞어 쓰는 게
TNS is too hard.
좋지
Saying that
않을까?
perhaps it's best if
What were the
we
numbers?
keep,
He's just a numbers guy.
changing the number of gates for endgame content, so it'd be 2, 3, 4, 3, 4.
그래서 그런
Like he doesn't have
부분들과
mechanic.
어떤 타협을 좀 하면서 하는 것도 좀 저는 괜찮지 않을까라는 생각이에요. 그래서 많은 사람들이 제일 안정적으로 느끼는 관문수는 지금 제가 댓글을 봤을 때는 뭐 어림풋이 또
The amount
봐야겠지만
of gates
3이에요. 3.
that people find, players find that is like right on point. Looking at chat, it seems that it's 3 gates.
Saying looks like chat has come to the conclusion of 3 is the sweet spot. And I guess he's kind of
Yeah, I
confirming that
agree
with
with
internal
chat.
data.
So going into the
So it's
future,
3.
perhaps it's best if we keep it around 3.
Saying going forward, keep it around 3. Why not just go back and make some retcons then?
Getting chats.
Yeah.
going again.
I guess it's because most people in Korea don't interact with don't interact like. I guess I mean no they they just don't do Braille anymore at all.
2 and 4 in the total number of gates for each content.
이거는 뭐 이거 고칠 생각은 없고.
Oh, he's
Daymine will be 4
파워가
gates.
있는 애들은 제가 4관문을 다 줄이자가 아니고요. 파워가 있는 애들은 4관문
I guess he just said that they're gonna alternate between 2 to 4, so like it's always just gonna end up so like basically everything that they've been doing.
Should match the
Yeah, but just no brow.
Yeah.
They won't be doing brow again.
저도 해야 돼요. 저도 4관문 즐길 거예요. 그래서
boss
안
monster.
되고.
So for Daymine, I do think
아 저도
4 gates is appropriate.
카멘 3관문.
Yeah, Daymine's also only 3 gates in normal. It's only 4. He's only saying 4 because of the extra gate 0 bar gate.
Gonna
그런 부분들을 좀
Same thing with Akan. Akan is technically 4 in hard mode, but it's just the end of 3 triggers another gate. You don't get to. There's no save point.
이런 건 어때요? 되게 강한 보스.
So like Akan is technically 3, but with the 4th fight, and Daymine's the same way in hard mode. So it's like,
So it's Kaku.
Yeah. but players don't think of that as 4 gates. It's just
we could
3.
also look at a gate, like just having a single gate for a raid, and it's like really long.
Talking about about how they might do a really long raid that's 1 gate.
이런 게 아니라 여러 가지 조합들을 좀 고민해 볼 수 있지 않을까라는 생각이 좀 들어서
Really long fight.
계속 지금 패턴화돼 있기 때문에 이대로 계속
I mean, it's really difficult to do really long fights because then like a lot of the difficulty comes from the length, and that kind of feels bad. Like especially when you're farming.
계속 공급 속도도 올리고 관문에 대한 부분들도 조금 일정 부분
I mean,
타협을 해보자라는 측면에서 말씀드리는
It's all this. It's pretty much the same. If you have a raid that takes an hour, it's 4 gates, but you spend.
So the chat
I'd rather spend
reactions
30 minutes in 1 gate.
좀 그런 베리에이션 같은
Like,
것들도
No, because then when you wipe at
Looking
28
variations
minutes,
when it comes to
you're fucked.
생각을 좀
I mean, just don't make the rewards required to be cleared in a week.
해보고
dungeon design.
Have it be a raid that's meant to be progressed.
요번에 이제 카멘이 9월 달에 나오는데 그 뒤에 있는 컨텐츠들을 조금 변형도 줘서 공급을 빠르게 가는 쪽으로.
So Daymine will be
잡고 있으니까
fixed,
아마 여러분들이
but going
좀
into the future, they're looking at ways to push content faster, reducing the number of gates perhaps.
생각을 하고요.
If Daymine is locked in for when it releases and how many gates, but they're looking towards the future to make things come out quicker, and by doing so, to do them quicker, they're going to need less gates.
굉장히 지금 여러분들이 예를 들어서 뭐 지금도
I just think that the problem is
It's
dailies.
just gold reverse thought, but like gate one.
I mean, also content pacing is important.
Something that's
Yeah, but you will make the daily fatigue feel worse if you require you to keep farming 20 chaos dungeons a day, every day, to be able to get the new content because it comes out in a week.
That takes a long time to kill. Would be a way to.
It's really
for
hard to
endgame
balance
players
content
to
pacing. Like, it sounds like for
check
Korea, it's been way
how
too
much
slow.
they
For
become
NA, it's been a little too fast. I mean, they've done better with it in NA than, well, to some extent.
supports.
Part of the problem is releasing Brel into Brel was
Supports not being able to see an
dangerous.
upgrade in terms of their own power.
Okay, they're talking about supports now. Hell yeah, my pause champ, my zone.
Eggman on screen.
Like supports don't.
He said they're
feel
talking about how
they're
supports
becoming
don't feel like they're
stronger.
becoming stronger.
That's an issue
Yes,
that they
yes.
don't
Yeah.
really
Talk, preach.
Oh. Hell Guardians will be not equalized, and that's confirmed. So I think he's saying like there will be an equalized version, and then there will be a non-equalized version.
Saying so hell content will have a non-equalized version. He skipped past the support thing. I'm sad.
That's abysmal. Hell
At least he
Color
acknowledged
I guess they acknowledged it.
4% of players are not playing that content.
He says that 98.4% of their players don't do hell content.
Vaulton 6.5%. I missed Tychus number.
I would have expected that number to be even higher.
Hell
Get
content is really something that's being used by a content piece that's only being used by a few select number of people.
I guess specifically he said Hell Guardians will be unequalized, so like Akadi's will have an unequalized version, but be Hell difficulty.
Oh, they're gonna do reorganization when it comes to Hell content.
They're going to do a reorganization of Hell content, whatever that means.
DPS cut? Oh, so they're working on it? DPS cut?
It's kind of antithetical for Hell content, but I feel like there needs to be a foot in the door Hell content style thing, where like it is the Hell content that is not difficult,
That's Fulton.
or at least it's not as difficult.
That's Fulton.
Is
Are
it?
you saying
Yeah.
it's not something that should take too long?
So I feel like if players started doing Hell content, that they might continue doing it. Also, it's just really difficult. Like Hell content is kind of
Still
like
takes
this
time,
content.
and it doesn't give you a
Drink,
reward.
Hydrate.
Hold on.
Well,
Stay hydrated.
He also said something about the DPS cut. He's reading chats about the DPS cut. He said that the DPS cut should be for Gate 6 should be in soon.
Okay.
What he said. I guess.
like Hell content requires you to be
Content requires you to be
with an
finished.
organized group,
Even more than
and
that, it
nothing
requires
else really does.
it requires you also to be finished with everything, so you have a reason to run it.
Sure.
So I think it's
I understood that. Hanumatan.
related to just Hell Guardians, I think.
He says the thing
So the
is
Hell Guardians
unequalized
that are
just for Hell
there
Guardians.
Have been released up to this point will stay. But going into the future and including Hell Kaliligos, I think he's saying they're going to unequalize it.
Okay. He said starting from Hell Kali, it will get unequalized. So for us, the next Guardian we get Hell mode will be Kaligos. So we'll just if we got these changes, they'll probably all be unequalized from the moment we get
Starting
them.
from Hanumatan, these Hell Guardians will be unequalized.
Okay. I think that's better. I think that equalized content is a cool idea, but a lot of players don't like to feel like they're nerfing themselves, especially because they're so powerful in Korea.
But there's not a lot they can do right now.
Yeah. I wish you could equalize up instead of
Yeah.
But
Equalizing down.
there's nothing for players to do until they mine, right?
도가토 도비스는 많이 도시던데 제가 확인해 보니까
A lot of
많이
players
도시기는
are
하는데 지금 일단
doing
도비스
Challenge Guardian
도가토는
and
오늘 얘기는 드리려고
Abyss.
하진 않았는데 좀 얘기가 나오니까
Since a lot of players are doing Challenge Guardian Abyss, well, yeah, it's because they're
얘기하기 좀
challenge
애매하긴 한데,
content.
지금 상황에서. 제가
it's
좀
because they're
봐야 될
weekly
것 같아요.
rewards.
그 정도 이제
did not look
없앨까
into
말까
this
뭐 여러
issue
가지
after
좀
seeing
고민이
that a
있기는
lot of players are
해요.
just
근데
doing it.
우선은 도비스 도가토의 이용률은 한 37에서 한 38, 둘 다 거의 비슷해요.
Wow,
제가
yes,
보니까
numbers.
얘네들이
37,
1%밖에 차이가 안 나요.
38% of
37, 38%가
players are
돌고 있습니다.
completing
근데 돌고
challenge
있는
content.
It says
봤는데
38% of players are completing
뭐 이게
challenge content on a
But
weekly
actually, if you
basis.
look at it,
그리고
peop-
문제는
players are doing it
조금 더
because
Only
it's
38?
homework.
쪽으로 뜯어보면은
Yeah, and they're only doing it because it's homework, is what he's saying, I guess.
높거나 좀
Yeah.
뭐 아이템 레벨이 높을수록 그 참여율이 당연히 높아집니다.
Okay, he's acknowledging
higher
that.
the player's eye level is, the higher chance that they do challenge.
Saying the higher item level they are, the higher chances they do it.
같이 좀 확인을 해봤는데
Makes sense.
Yep.
일단 신규 유저들
But it should be the other way around.
10%밖에
But it should be the other way around.
어차피 뭐
If it
Yeah,
was
but that's
actually
'cause
working.
lower item level people are
New
less
players
diligent
only
about doing their homework.
11%
Yeah.
정도가 이제 유입이 되고 있습니다. 이게 대부분 이제 아는
Are
사람이 계속
doing
하는 거고
challenge
카드팩 먹으러 가는데 이 카드팩 관련해서도 이제 사실은 카드팩을 공략할 수 있는 수단인데 그래서 아까 카던에다가
It's a
뭔가
good way to
아니면
get
뭐 다른 데다가
cards.
뭐 카드를 좀 넣어보겠다고 얘기된 게
Instead of some portion of player base, only 3 are doing challenge content.
있어가지고 나온
And this
얘기예요.
links back to the
23%.
관련된
to
부분들이
the discussion about increasing
숙제죠. 사실 이게 재밌어서
the rate
하는
of
건
cards
아니고
dropping.
숙제인데 어쨌든
As in including them in
신규 복귀가
Chaos
하는
Dungeon
건
Awards.
아니고 이제 윗분들이 하신다. 그래가지고 카드에 대한 빈부격차는 사실
I guess something about them, less people would do it if they added cards to Chaos Dungeons.
seem to be
그래서
abandoning
요
cards, like
부분들을
Less
thinking
people
that
do challenges, you mean?
뭐 조정을 할
Oh,
테니까
he's saying new
It's
players
something
aren't doing
for
these because
players.
they're just abandoning cards because they don't think they'll ever get there.
하는 일이잖아요. 그래서
Thank you. The fucking reason I said earlier.
좀 볼게요. 계속
If you look at it and you're like,
Yeah,
I
they're
need
gonna look at
this,
this issue.
I'm not gonna get it.
없어요, 지금. 트라이가 없어가지고
It's gonna take me multiple years.
Yeah.
There's no
No.
try parties
이런 부분들은 사실은 이제 굳어가는 거죠, 이 컨텐츠는.
for
굳어가는.
challenge.
하시는 분들은
content?
주니까 보상 일단
Why would there need to be a
있으니까.
try party for challenge content? You can literally clear it with, like, your keyboard's broken. Like, actually.
It's not something that players do for fun, really. It's
For challenge content?
For challenge mode, yeah.
rewards.
You're saying people don't do it for fun, it's just for reward.
just
Okay.
homework.
Yeah, it's just homework. Okay, yes, he understands. Now fix it. Fix.
So, but if they go and investigate these things too much, they have to change a lot of things and it takes time.
Says if they investigate it, they'll have to change too many things, and it'll take too much time. What?
There are so many problems that you guys might perceive.
Saying, I guess he's saying there's too many problems, so they're just not gonna fix it.
There's only so much that the developers can do at once. They're gonna set priorities and they're gonna address them.
Set priorities and address them. So they're not gonna do anything for now. They're just gonna ignore it. Okay. That's a really fancy way of saying we're not gonna do anything right now. That's the ultimatum approach.
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically what he said about Chaos Dungeons as well.
Up to day mine, there's nothing
Yeah.
much we can do. All the roadmap is fixed, the schedule.
He's saying up until Daymine, the roadmap is completely fixed.
Endgame
It can't be moved.
now. Oh,
It's understandable. That's why it's a roadmap.
so we looked at what we could do quickly.
Oh, so he looked at what they could add
August
quickly.
2nd, we're gonna release Extreme Vaulton.
He said on August 2nd, they're releasing Extreme Vaulton.
What? Like
Look at Giga.
Vaulton?
카멘 오시기 전에 손 좀 푸시라고. 네, 손좀 좀.
A harder Vaulton?
A harder Vaulton. Hold on.
This is gonna be like workout, like prep for Daymine.
It's gonna be
Players?
okay for in-game players. He said it's gonna be as difficult as Daymine
Oh,
and
so
unequalized.
Hell Vaulton unequalized.
Yeah,
What?
obviously unequalized.
So it's unequalized. It's going to
Not
be
a lot of players have cleared.
It's
Hell
Estrabit.
Vaulton.
no. It's just Hell Vaulton.
Yeah, but
He said it's Hell Vaulton
unequalized
unequalized, but and juiced up to
This
their
might be a bit
their
numbers
item
for
level.
Daymine.
Yeah. Yo,
it's
can I
not
get that?
Argos Vaulton.
요거는 두 가지로 내려고 합니다.
We wouldn't be strong enough.
It's Hell Vaulton unequalized.
Yeah, but you could just change the base boss health to be for
Yeah.
1580s.
2 levels for new Vaulton. One will be at 1580.
패턴 기반으로
One will be at 1620.
Okay, there are 2 levels for the new Vulcan, 1580 and
Hell
1620.
Vaulton
화면이 나오죠.
aimed at
Unequal-
1580 and 1620 players.
Hell Vaultin unequalized is 1580 and 1620. I guess it's gonna have new mechanics.
저희가
Odd.
이런 부분들
That sounds really fun. I think Vulcan's peak rating.
What the fuck?
조금 더 컨텐츠가
They seem to agree.
뭔가 하얗게 말리고 그러니까 이런 방법을
I think most people who play the game would agree Vulcan is like peak.
방법을 사용을 해가지고 여러분들의 좀 빈 공간을 맨날 이제 좀
It's
숫자
good.
콘텐츠나 아니면 뭐 이런 워커코즈나 이런 것들 말고도 좀 전투를 통해서
Of course, the Gunlancer thinks it's good.
So we're gonna look at
도전해 볼 수 있는 도전형 콘텐츠
ways like this. Events.
They didn't
that
say if there's
are
gonna be
not
rewards,
just
though.
Like Mokoko events, summer events.
The biggest thing is this needs
but
rewards.
Combat-related events too.
여러분 아마 안 해볼
Okay, he
거예요.
said they're going. It needs rewards. It just has to. Like that's not an argument. It has to.
Hell mode is definitely not
또 스펙이
easy.
좀 높으신 분들은 또 많이 유리하실 수
Okay.
있지만 어쨌든 그런
But
거
also,
For players who
He said
have
it-
really high spec, it might be a bit better,
익스트림
but
발판을
it's not content that is to be taken lightly.
이거 흥하면
he says not constantly to be taken lightly.
They give it reward. It's just adding to the homework.
So
그래서 이런 거
if
하나
this
알려드리도록 하고요.
works out and is successful among players, he's saying there's a lot they could do
He's saying if this works out and
during
is successful,
rest period.
there's a lot
between
they can think about adding between content releases in terms of not doing events like Makoko events. They're going to do events that are combat related.
엔드 컨텐츠인데 그래도 이제 앞으로
I guess they're leaning away from the. Some people in the community want them to go more super casual, just a bunch of mini games and stuff like that. But then there's the other side that wants them to just keep doing raids and fights. I think they could go either way.
If they had
the
it
number
to
of
where
gates in certain past
This
content,
Extreme Vulcan was a thing where it's
looking
released,
at
it's
Braille,
out for 2 weeks or 3 weeks or however long an event lasts. And if you clear it
something you
once,
could think
then you
about.
get the rewards
What do
from
you
it.
guys think?
I'd be okay with that. That'd be fine.
That's what I
But if
mean.
they
I'm not saying
release
every
it and
week.
it's out for 3 weeks, and you have to clear it every week.
I'm not saying
just
every
adding
week. I just
more
it needs a
homework.
Of
reward
course,
for
the
a clear
rewards
that's.
will remain the same,
Hold on.
total
What did he say?
rewards. But
I missed what you just said.
just to
Missed everything you said.
address endgame
아부는 천주새우가 좀 많아요.
burnout, fatigue. A lot of opinions
Sounds
regarding
like he's looking at chat.
Braille.
Yeah.
우선은
He's talking now about reducing gates of endgame content but keeping the rewards
We're
the
not
same.
gonna touch Voldyke.
저는 한 관문 정도
He said they're not touching Voldyke.
사실은
He said specifically Brill. I heard her name.
향후에는 조금 꼭 어비스를 4관문을 만들어야
I missed what Wine Blue said.
동의를 한번
We're not gonna touch Voldyke, but going into the future, we'll see as to whether
They're saying cut
going
1, 2, 3,
four
and
gates
4.
is the right call.
우선은 아부랑
But first, Braille.
아부 좀 쳐내라 강.
He's talking about Brill.
네. 아부랑
Chat is
상하탑 안
ruthless.
건드린다니까요. 상하탑 안 건드려.
Less people are
Braille.
calling for Gate 2's cut than I would have expected.
얼마나 줄일지는 좀 보겠지만.
Because they've just been doing
Maybe
it so
people
long.
like Gate
How
2,
much we are gonna
It's
cut.
just easy.
관문을 조금
I guess.
He's saying cut. What did he just cut?
Kangle? We're gonna. I think he's saying they're gonna
네,
remove
이렇게
gate
할게요.
1.
이렇게
He's saying they're removing gate 1 from Kangle.
Okay.
아니에요.
People seem happy about that.
Okay, but he skipped over Brill.
Okay, well, people seem happy about the K angle thing.
네네. 이렇게 해서 저희가
Talk about Brill, please.
정리를.
Please, Brill. Please cut.
왜냐면은 지금 피로도가 너무 좀 많고.
Please.
저희가 옛날에 이제 뭐 발탄, 비아키스, 쿠쿠세이튼 이렇게 올라올 때는 고고였으니까 참 이게 빨리 나와도 즐거웠는데 지금은 이제 쌓였어요. 이제 새로 오신 분들 보면은
So when they were pushing content back in 2021, like having all these Legion raids was exciting, but now it's all stacked up.
He's acknowledging how it's all stacked up
Accumulated over
now,
time, now
and
it's
it's
just way too much.
it's just building up way too much.
지금 저희 게임에 좀
Okay.
상으로의 어떤 하나의 문제거리, 골칫거리라는
I feel that.
쭉 올릴 땐 좋았는데 올린 다음에 새로 들어오는
Okay, but we skipped over cutting Brill gates. He talked about cutting Brill gates specifically and then cut Triangle's gate.
When we were like pushing these
Yeah.
content pieces,
숙제입니다 저희한테.
it's brought in.
I really feel like as developers, they don't want to let go of that 6
Looking
gate.
back
Like,
at it
it's a
now, new
masterpiece
players have to go through way
of
too much
di-
content.
of like.
Too much.
It looks really cool, all of it. But like,
And now it's
you gotta let that
acts as a
go.
barrier to entry.
쳐야 저도 속 시원할 것 같습니다. 그죠?
And so he's saying it will make him relieved himself too if they were to remove certain gates.
아니 뭐 열심히 만들었지만 오래 썼잖아요. 오래 썼고 그 열심히 만들어서 몇 달.
Can we talk about cutting bro gates again?
Worked on these
Monka.
gates very hard, but at the same time,
He's saying developers work really hard, but it's been enjoyed for a long time, so he can let go. Thank you. Yes, he understands. He actually is saying words, now fix it. K-Angle Gate 1 did not need to go as badly as Brel 4 gates of it need to go.
serviced for long enough.
Like, you're cutting a gate from K-Angle, even though it's newer. It's literally 2 years newer.
이거 삭제된다고 해서 아 그거 재밌어 하시는 분들도 있는데 아쉬워하는 분들도 있는데 그거 모았다가 다른 어떤 뭐 리메이크 컨텐츠 내드릴게요. 그러니까 지금 올라가는
Oh,
과정에서
so don't. If there are people who are sad about certain pieces being content pieces being inaccessible if they are to remove gates, don't feel too sad because it might be like going into the future they might reintroduce these gates as separate.
Same if they cut gates, they might reintroduce the gates as events.
Remake contents.
The cut gates would be like a special stuff. I mean, that's fine. Take gate 1 and 2 of Brel out, and I can do it later.
But he's saying they do need to first address burnout as a priority.
Chat, is chat saying anything about cutting gates, Brel gates again?
Chat is talking a lot about how some people are saying that they want to have different gates in normal and hard. Like I'd say a few people are saying normal and hard should have different gates. Some people are saying that they want to see 2, 4, and 6 saved. That they like 2, 4, and 6.
Oreha had very good.
Some people are saying that
Like the reception.
Brel
of it was
doesn't
very
need to be
good.
changed.
이거 어비스 던전 이기는 했거든요. 오레아 같은 부분들이.
It was quite a successful
오레아 같은
piece of
게
content.
또 뭐 그런 것들도 있죠. 예를 들어서 뭐 알비온
The Brel doesn't need to be changed isn't a lot of people, but there are some people saying that.
뭐 거기서도 근데 연대기묵이
Because they haven't interacted with Brel probably for over a year now.
나중에 막 사람들 다 죽고
Yeah.
Of course, there
I mean,
were annoying
yeah.
mechs that led to
11줄 정도 남았을 때 한 사람 남으면은
deaths.
이게 안 나오고 이제 그 사람이 그때부터 좀 약간 피지컬 쪽으로 피지컬 대결만 넘어가잖아요. 되게 잘하면
But
멋있기도 해요. 그래서 알비온
And all beyond, like a single player could survive at the end and carry the entire group. And those things were exciting.
Specifically talking about Oreha now, so we've lost any chance of. There's no chance Brel's getting a gates cut, I guess.
Well, he did say if they do take them out, then they'll bring them back.
Yeah, but I don't
Nowadays,
think they're
it's much
contemplating
harder to do
cutting
that.
Brel
Yeah,
gates
there's
right
no
now.
concrete plans, definitely, for sure.
같은 것들을 굉장히 많이 줬었던 것 같아요. 그래서 그것들을 추억으로 생각하지
Cool
말고
to
뒤에
was, though.
이제 나올 어떤
Like,
던전들에서도
Brel Shaw's raid is gates 5 and 6, but I think you could leave 3 as an introduction. 4, honestly, probably could go. It doesn't really make
Going into
sense.
future contents.
It's kind of weird lore-wise for 4. So like
Allow
3,
this to
5,
happen,
6.
like,
보는 맛도 있었고
What do you think of the idea of
structure
1, 2,
the
4
gates
normal
in
mode,
such a way that
3, 5, 6 hard mode?
perhaps single player could survive
No.
at the end.
플레이가 경험할 수 있는 즐거움 그리고 좀 예민하지 않았죠 서로 좀덜 예민.
I thought that was a pretty neat idea.
즐거움들을 좀 살려볼 수
Talking
있는
about the
방안이
feels
Shamelessly
that
stole
Oreha
from
gives.
someone
Party
in chat.
play back then wasn't annoying or scary.
고민해봐야 될 것 같고.
I think 3, 5, 6,
As
and I
in
think
just
that
because
hard and normal should
someone
be
died,
should be
then
accessible at the same item level.
속성에 따라서
They just one's harder than the other.
I don't think that should be the case. I think hard should be something that you work towards.
얘기를 좀 드려봤고요. 그다음에
I think because Brel is old specifically
Well,
is why it should
Yeah,
be
I
that
don't
way.
think you should have to work towards it anymore.
한번
But I think the idea of hard mode should be something that you work towards.
Yeah, but I think when a raid goes to becoming an older raid, it should become normal. The difficulties become the same item level entrance. It's just one's harder.
해놓으셨죠.
Sure, and that way you can carry people through hard mode.
잘하셨더라고요. 전체적으로
That way you can
The fairies
do hard mode if you want to do hard mode.
했고
transport you from.
저 있을 때 못했던 막
Yeah, but they're not going to change
사람들 다 많이
It was a great
the
change.
numbers. Like if I could enter hard K angle right now at 1540, I would just be dead weight.
경기선도 한 번도
No, they could just change the numbers.
게 있었어요. 이거 제가 한게
And there's an
아니고
additional change
What's
that
the
we're looking
point
at.
of having normal and hard? Different mechanics, but like
Yeah, different mechanics, and it's because it's just adapting to the times. The raid gets older, you change it for the newer players who are coming into an older.
Players
To,
to
Wait,
access
hold on, I'm missing
I
what
don't
you said.
think that's the way to do it.
without having to walk up to it, so they can take the boat directly from any location
또그 쓸데없는 가지고
on the
또
I don't think that's worth the
하고
effort.
계시더라고요. 되게 대단하죠. 그래서 그 쓸데없는 부분들을 한번 지웁니다. 그래서 맵에서 바로 눌러서
So not having to go to the square hole near to the ferry
없어지는
NPC.
거죠. 또. 그래서 그것들도 지금 잘
You saying they're gonna make a way for you to
있습니다.
enter anywhere? I don't enter the sea anywhere. I don't know.
And
Something like
walking up
that.
to the NPC.
Didn't they already have that with the ocean liner
Battle
thing?
items.
I think something. I don't know.
Maybe
Yeah,
from You can't enter the ocean from Algacia, so maybe that's what he's talking about.
maybe.
원정대 배틀 아이템이 지금 뭐 무슨 얘기인지 알아요. 이게 무슨 얘기인지 알아요.
He knows what Chad is talking about. Probably like having a separate item storage for.
He's saying he's talking
battle
about
items.
battle item storage.
원정대 배틀
That'd be
People have
handy.
asked for that.
지금
Yeah.
반쪽짜리 어떻게 된 건지 알아가지고 방법이 좀 몇 가지 있긴 한데요.
There are few ways they could.
여러 가지 이제 있긴 한데 저희가
We don't have items in our inventory though. What's our inventory used for?
바꿀 거예요.
Hunting
items.
materials and
거긴 한데
Yeah,
They
but
will change
health
it, and of course, this
potions
is,
and cooking stuff and
taking 2 steps to address the
cards
issue,
until you learn the cards.
지금이 좋다고요?
but they
those are auto
will
learned
아까
now.
아까 얘기인가?
do
뭐지?
something regarding that.
So they might do something
So
regarding that, I guess.
potentially, like having a separate roster storage for battle items could be
I
something
don't think
else.
inventory management is very interesting, so I don't think that
But they're working on.
네, 이제
It
요것도
needs to be
something that
드리겠습니다. 지금이
we
좋다는
worry
얘기가
too much
얘기가
about.
아닌 것 같아요. 지금 막 섞여 있는 것 같아. 제가 좀 헷갈렸네요. 전기선 얘기하신 건가? 네, 그렇죠. 그 다음에 육회 제한 얘기 많이 나. 이거 더 봐야 되는데 육회 제한도 얘기 나오니까. 근데
He was saying they were just Zoe about talking about
Six character
a roster storage for battle items in the future.
육회 제한을 좀 우선
Okay, he's talking about the 6 character limit now.
지금까지 그냥 그 본 것까지만 얘기를 드려볼게요. 그러면.
So he's been monitoring the issue.
잠깐만요. 또 이러면 안 돼요. 지금 핫딜샵
Is Chad attacking him?
얘기했고,
Are they furious again?
지금 육회 제한 얘기로 좀 넘어가 볼게요.
Let's see. Chat is going very
Just try to
quickly,
calm
so I
down,
can't.
chat.
Yeah.
I'll
He's saying
have
calm
to zoom
down.
up
Yeah.
slightly.
육회 제한 얘기
He's,
넘어가 보면
yeah, he's saying calm down.
우선은 과거에 우리가
People are asking for character slots.
육회 제한을 하던 당시 그때
So when
이제
they
Oh, chat's
apply the
moving
change,
very fast.
아르고스에서 옛날 지표가 7회 이상이 골드 생산 고 아르고스에서 32.93%, 발탄 노멀에서는
back then, the total gold in the economy was being created
이렇게
from
나와가지고
Argos.
이제 뭐
32.9% of it
골드
was being
문제도
created
있었고
from
뭐 이게
Argos.
So when they added the change, 32.9% of gold is being created from Argos.
인플레이션 관점에서 봤을 때
Looking at inflation,
하는 뭐예요? 그러니까 인플레이션 관점에서 봤을 때는 현재 육회 제한을 그냥 풀어버리면은 큰일 나겠어요. 큰일 나겠 것 같습니다.
the state of the economy right now is if they relieve this 6 character limit,
People are asking for 3, I
it will
think.
bad on the inflation rate.
Chat's moving very fast right now.
거긴 한데 좋지 않아요. 현재
It's not good right now.
좋지는 않아요.
Saying if they release the 6 character limit,
근데 아니,
it
뭐,
would
그렇죠. 이제 육회 제한이 그렇긴 한데
hurt. It would make inflation go worse,
안
become
돼요.
worse.
지금 이제 예전에 저희가 나중에
That the game's not in a state for that right now.
얘기를 했었죠. 근데
I think people are
그
asking to
당시에는 그렇게
limit it to 3.
상향은 아니었는데
Yeah, I think he was just giving an example of what would happen if it
상향이
raised it.
상향이고
I
그
guess.
Yeah.
상향이 풀렸을 때는 이게 결국에는 또 이제 그 골드 시세라는 것도 있고 한데 그냥 또 그 풀려가지고
So if they
넘어갔을
relieve
때
the
이제
character
뭐
limit,
시세 뭐 같은 거
it's gonna have a
했을
huge impact on the
돌아올
economy.
상황들이라는 게 있고 여러 가지 이제 물론 여기에 대해서
I
이제
think you should just
알고 있어요. 여기에 대해서 좀 답답하신 분들
lower the limit and raise the amount of
Indeed,
gold you
some
get from
players
the
might feel frustrated.
풀게 되었을 때 나오는 문제들도 만만치가 않아요. 지금 현재
But there's a lot of
만만치가 않아요.
problems that will be created by relieving
18
the character limit.
18회 제한이라는 게 뭐죠? 원정대
18
18회
character limit?
그냥 뭘 하든 18개로
I don't know. It seems like most people want leave at 6.
Chad is
그렇죠.
telling me
그러면은 이제 뭐
18 character limit.
그럴 수도 있는데 이것도 살펴봐야 돼요.
For gold.
왜냐면은 어느 라인에 18 예전에 이제 저희가 그 제한을 걸기 전에도 무슨 지표가 있었냐면은 위에가 아니라 특정 단계에서 늘어나는 거 있죠. 그러니까 예전에도 그래서 뭐 아르고스, 발비노 이런 거 얘기할 때도 특정 단계에서 갑자기 쭉
The
이렇게
problem with
위로 올라가가지고
golds
늘어나는 게
is
아니라
at any given time
특정
there will be a
단계에서 이렇게
state
그냥
of
특정
item
단계를
level at which
잡아가지고 이
a
획득
lot
제한을
of like
쭉 해서
alts
생산량이
Some
would
그렇게
people are
rest.
asking for 18. I'd say it's
그러니까
pretty
18회가
pretty
So,
prevalent that
parking.
people are asking for 18 to be the limit instead of 6.
체크를 해봐야겠는데 쭉 어느 단계에서 18회가 됐든 뭐가 됐든 늘어날 수도 있는 거예요. 그래서 그냥 여러
So,
가지
for
생각을
instance, in
이게
the
해봐야
old
되는
days, people would park at
이슈예요.
1460
주차
and
라인이 될
collect
수가 있기도
gold
해요.
from
그래서
Argos to Vicus Heart.
그런 부분들을 좀 봐야 합니다.
Like how people would say 1460 in the old days and get Argos to Vicus hard gold. So what you're doing?
그래서 지금 좀 그런 거는 고민해 보고는 있어요. 그래서 이게 지금 위로
But for a lot more gold.
올라간 상황, 그러니까 어떻게 보면 주차에 대한 부분들은 그런 문제들이 생길 수
Yeah.
있는데 위로 올라가가지고 많이 진짜 비용까지 들여가지고 올라가서 힘들게 갔는데 이제 뭐 골드도 계속 못 캐고 이런 것들에 대해서 이제 속상함 이런 부분들은 사실은 어떻게 보면은 아래 어떤 주차 라인을 막으려다
And the real people in chat that want 18 are because they sell their gold.
이런 부분들도 있다.
Probably.
One of the problems indeed in
I'd
this
say
character limit is that
the majority of
there are
people don't
characters
want it
that
to move
push
off
really
6.
high,
경제 상황에서
The next highest percentage wants
and they end
3.
up like
And
not
then
being
there
able
are
to
some
collect
people that
gold,
want
and that's
18.
a problem that arises because of their efforts to try and stop the inflation at lower levels. Like the gold collecting at lower levels, people parking many characters at like 14, 45, 60 and like collecting all the gold, free gold.
정확하지 않은 걸 또 던져놓고
Saying they don't know how to battle the problem of inflation because people park their characters and just basically farm free gold.
Yeah. Yeah, because you have no sink for people that are
It
parked.
really is a side effect
Because
of
the sink
their
is
efforts
progression.
curbing inflation.
18회는 지금 제가
And the solution to that is to cut the lower rates.
Oh, I think okay. What they're saying in chat is they want 18. They want 18
No,
raids
just
over the
an
roster.
Opinion from chat
Oh.
saying like someone
Oh,
wanted
maybe.
to collect gold on 18
I don't know.
characters. No.
있을 것도 같아서 좀
There's
그런
nothing to do with what Gold
부분들을
River wants to say.
고민해보.
I mean, 18 raids over the roster is what I want,
쪽으로 좀 긍정적 검토는
and I
아니지만 좀
could settle for less. But when I was playing more characters, 18 raids over my whole roster.
특정 주차 라인이 많아지고 있던 상황.
Like, if I want to run Clown 18 times in my Slayer, I feel like I should be able to get gold 18 times.
해봐야겠지만 지금 얘기하는 건 좀 가볍게 얘기하는 겁니다. 지금 무겁게 정리가 되면
Yeah, but different
So
rates for
there's
different amounts,
still
right?
this is light.
That's
stuff.
okay, that's my choice.
They're gonna address this in detail later, but
볼게요. 뭐 모두에게 좀
Said for now, they're going to address this in detail later.
좀 이게 참 어렵습니다. MMORPG 방향성
difficult.
정하는 게 또 한쪽이
I think it would really hurt the ability to find groups for
difficult issue.
the lower tier things. People would just do whatever is
I'll have
deemed,
to
quote, the most
read
efficient
the-
and just run that
inspect this
18 times.
excerpt later.
That would be the lower tier things.
What he
Probably, yeah.
said.
I mean, that's already what people do. They just switch characters.
I mean, no, they have to do different
Is
things.
he actually considering that?
Not for most people.
deleting the 6
Have your characters parked on the same
레벨에
3 raids.
폭등해달라는 얘기가 좀 많이 있네요.
Yeah, that's 3 different raids.
300레벨 지금
Yes, that's so, but
Oh, max
it would be this. It would be the same thing.
roster level.
You would do the 3 most
Fix that
efficient
300?
raids.
No, but you're saying you could run the same raid over and over again.
지금 제가 원대랩 300까지
Yeah.
아직 그 여러분
It's the same result though. You're just doing the most efficient raid.
제가 지금 이걸 여러
No,
가지를
but it's
보니까
the
좀
same.
어렵습니다.
Not only is it the same raid, but you could also run it with the same group. So you're just lowering the amount of groups.
It's not something that's been discussed
I don't think so.
internally. The roster level limit being 300.
한번
Oh, I guess he's saying they haven't talked about roster level limit being 300.
그러니까
Oh,
I figured they
he
would've-
doesn't get scarred by
오래됐죠.
what's being said on
요 중에서
on
제가
chat. He's saying
여러분들 잘
someone was
좋은 글들
expressing
많이
their
쳐주시면요. 요 중에서
concerns.
제가 저한테 필요한 글들 긁고 있어요. 그러니까 너무 걱정
Oh,
마세요. 좋은
he's
얘기 많이
only
쳐주세요.
he's filtering out
필요한 건설적인
the bozos and the
환영이니까
trolls.
괜찮습니다. 많이
So
쳐주세요.
he's saying it's okay.
그리고 300레벨 아직 논의해 본 적 없는데 실제로 오래 끌기도 했고 해서 지금 원정대 레벨 자체를 한번 논의는 해봐야 되지 않나라는 생각. 그러니까 원정대 레벨을 계속 그냥 늘리기만 할 건지 아니면 어떤 다른 방안이 있는지 해서 다른 방안 뭐 딱히 없다라고 하면은 늘리는 부분들도 뭐 내부에서 일단은 테이블에 올려놓도록 하겠습니다.
He will bring up the
운동 레벨은 아직
issue when doing internal
제가 아직 안
discussions
봐가지고.
regarding the 300 level limit.
운동 레벨
But it's not something that's been discussed yet.
300 roster limit, I don't think is a problem. Even in Korea, they have so many players that come and go. It's whatever.
Like, they could easily just raise it.
나 방송을 좀
Yeah.
한두 달 있다 킬 거고.
But then it could
Maybe
make
you should
gatekeeping
have
worse.
waited like a month or two to
Could it?
do this live stream, perhaps, he's saying.
그리고요.
I can't make it any better.
Because he's actually
I
been away
guess,
for
but I
a
don't
while,
think it would
so
actually be
he's
worse. I think
not
it would just
caught up
make
on
people
a
want to
lot of
get higher
issues.
roster levels. I'm not saying that
just
it would make
reading chat.
gatekeeping better. I'm saying it would make
참 이게
No
고쳐야
impact.
될게 참 많아요. 근데 어쨌든 다 받긴 하는데 중요한 것부터 만찬
Stronghold Feast, someone brought
만찬
up.
같은 경우에도 사실 하면은 금방 하는
I
거예요.
think we're pretty much past
That's an
anything.
easy fix,
super
right?
important.
But
yeah,
he didn't say more.
for sure. I mean, it's been over an hour.
만찬.
Stronghold Feast.
Now he is listening. He is people noting with the community, I guess.
만찬을 그
Mhm.
선택 제작할 수 있게 해달라는 거죠.
So he's saying chat wants
네, 만찬 랜덤이 좀
Stronghold Feasts
그죠, 그죠.
being random
만찬을 선택 제작하게. PC방
is an issue.
만찬 정할 수 있게.
Right now with the
PC방 그 PC방 지금 같이
with the new
먹었죠?
feast, the
PC방
event feast, we can
PC방
select
근데
which
이게
option
PC방도
we want to
결국엔
get.
용지인데 그죠? 근데 용지는 솔플이야? 뭐 그런 느낌인가? 이제 예.
So something like that under those lines, along those lines.
PC방 혜택 뭐
We want to be able to select which feast buff they get.
Bang rewards.
올리면 올리는데 지금 상황에서는 지금 먼저 볼 건 아닌 것 같고
This is not a pressing issue, it seems. He says.
만찬은 선택 제작하게 해드릴게요.
어?
이거는 만찬은 정할 수 있게 해드리고 랜덤 아니라
아,
정할 수 있게 해드리고
He says they're gonna make it so that
그다음에
we can choose
PC방에서도
what
드실 수 있게끔
Stronghold Feast we get in terms of
이거는
effect. So if
생각할
we want
People are
to
talking about server merge again.
근데
as
이거
Stronghold
그
Feast,
그게
we can
있겠다.
get it.
Or,
He said
server migrate.
he said that he's gonna have it so like he said he's gonna make them change it so that you can choose which stronghold feast you get
되게 지저분할 것 같은데 이거
Okay.
when you craft it. That's cool.
Oh, now he's bringing up the issue that of
이거 근데 만찬 선택으로 하면은 UX 정리 한번 해야 될 거예요.
if they do make this
그냥
change, they'll
바로
have
되지
to
않겠다. 이게
apply
UX를
a
한번
UX
정리해야 될
change,
거고.
UI UX change.
네, 어쨌든 만찬은 해드릴게요. 그러니까 요 만찬 얘기는 이제 그만하셔도 될 것 같습니다. 지금 맞아요. 그것도 맞아. 네, 하는 걸로 하고.
They will apply this change. Wow. This is what Gold River does. He just when someone brings up an issue in like say chat, he just makes these decisions
오,
on the
너무
spot.
많다. 너 어떻게 나? 삼차각성 요 삼차각성이랑 AOS 모드 우리 지금 공수표 날린 거 뒤에 한 번에 정리해서 잠깐씩 얘기 드릴게요.
Oh, Third Awakening and AOS, he's gonna address these issues
지금 많이
later
어려운 상황이던데
in the
지금
stream.
어쨌든 제가 얘기 드릴게요.
Wait, he said he's going to address Third Awakening and the AOS mode later in the stream.
All the
Later in the stream.
Later in the stream.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Is he planning on a 15-hour stream? Is he pulling an egg?
있어요.
Is this his day at work? She's gonna sit here and talk to chat?
It's after their work hours. Like this is post office hours. It's 8 p.m. there, 9 p.m.
이거
he doesn't
소울리터 나올 때 할 겁니다.
remember to all, but
Wind
he
down
does
with
think
chat.
that the team has plans to increase the number of character slots with the inclusion of Souleater.
날짜가 근데
They're gonna increase the total number of character slots with Souleater. I guess I don't know if he's gonna talk about free character slots, but
Oh, he's thinking that will be the
People
case.
do care about the character
Sure.
slots. Some people did mention that.
마치지 않았어도 마치게 될 거예요 아마. 그래서 아마 소울리터
Even if it was not planned with Soul Eater release, after
늘어나지 않을까.
this live stream, the team will have to make adjustments
He said that even if it wasn't planned, he just decided that it is now, so they're gonna have to do it. Because he just said those words, I guess. I mean, literally a man
That's
of
how
his
it
word.
works. He is the god.
I wish I could get my D4 dev to sit like this. That would be fucking great.
Yeah.
And not listen to fucking Paul's fake tweet from Twitter.
것들은 다 지금 뭐 내부에서 좀 봐야 되니까
Yeah.
아직까지 확인을 못 했고요. 이게 확인하면 시간 정말 많이 들어가거든요.
GGG sits here like this, but instead of actually giving responses, they go, "We're the best.
짧아가지고 못방
We know what the best thing is. Get fucked."
Here, Ziggy.
Mukbang.
Yeah.
I wanted him to do mukbang.
물 맞아요. 물 한 번만 감사합니다. 이거 항상 챙겨주시는 분
Hydrate.
항상 이런
Chat.
분들
Someone in chat said,
Chat's the hydration police.
"Stay hydrated, guys."
디저트
It's good to stay hydrated.
있을 것 같은데 밥은 아니어도
Dessert? He's actually considering mukbang.
디저트는 맛있게 오래 먹을 수 있긴 한데 나중에
He's talking about doing a mukbang.
3대장님들하고 디저트
Maybe
I don't
later
know.
with the
He's responding with chat.
three directors.
식사는 이거 끝나고 먹어야죠. 지금 얼마나 했지? 어우 시간이
Yeah, that's what the stream is now.
저
Surprise Gold River mukbang.
야근이에요.
They wheel out the fucking food.
Oh, this is
Yeah.
overtime work for him, he says.
He says this is overtime work.
제가 확인하진 않았는데 지금 뭔가
Balance patch. Oh.
네, 일단 정기적인
Talk about balance patch.
요새 조금
I need to get up for a second.
얘기하고 있는 게 좀
So,
같아요. 그래서
There's
We're left
something
with
that's being discussed,
Blind Blue talking, and me no way to relate to you.
but
So-
this is a very delicate
All right.
issue.
Well, I will
회가 한지 얼마 안 됐어요.
say really insightful things that I read from YouTube chat.
It hasn't been a while.
Such
too long
as
since balance
Reflux,
patch.
reflux, 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 reflux. I think they're not pleased with the balance of reflux.
But yeah, it seems like he can't say more at this point.
변신키 스킨은 작업은 들어있는 건 봤는데 제가 일정이 뭐 근래에는
Transformation
이게
characters.
언제였지? 이게 되게 타겟 데이를 제가 몰라가지고 변신캐 스킨도 뭔가 목록에선
Skins
봤습니다.
for transformation.
A lot of people are hitting on the server transfer thing. I don't know if they're going to talk about it.
It's something that's being worked on, he says. He's seen the work in progress. But I don't think he's saying more.
너무 뭐가 좀 이제 많아지고 있어요. 이제 정리해야 되나? 이거
Some people seem to not like the Slayer's voice, and they're asking to fix Slayer's voice.
한다고 예전에
I don't know what that's about.
한다고 하지 않았었나요?
I imagine it's a different
Starguards,
voice in
they're
Korean
not
than we have.
planning to
근데
bring
차라리
them?
그래도 시나리오는 어떻게든 좀 이야기하면 좋을 것 같긴 한데 어쨌든 우선순위
Starguard and
지금
Rowan.
상황에서는 우선순위는 아니에요. 빨리 저쪽 나가야 돼요. 죄송합니다. 참.
They will have to
그리고
provide the scenario at some point,
와,
but
조명이
it's
막
not a
세가지고
priority right now.
엄청 더워지고 있어요. 엄청 더워요. 네, 요거는 얘기하면 안 될 것 같은데. 루테란 예복을 팔아달라고요? 루테란 예복
No, Chad wants him to sell the recent Lutera party outfit that we got, I
지금
think.
끝내라고요? 아니 저 좀 더 할 건데요.
People are asking about
여기
old
그
skins and ways to get them as new players.
저희가
I don't
예전에
know what that's
Okay.
안 됐던
about.
거예요.
I'm
아직도
actually
좀 손색이 없는
interested
거.
in
그게
this.
이제 AOS는 안 한다고 했었지. 저쪽에 전작 팀장님이.
AOS
근데
mode?
원래 AOS 모드 있는데 그거 안 하기로 했고 그다음에
AOS
안
mode
하기로
is
한 건가?
not
안
going
하기로
to
했고,
be
그다음에
released.
3차 각성,
Third
3차
Awakening?
각성이 있는데 3차 각성은
People complaining about tripods.
여쭤봤는데 요거 좀 걸릴 것 같습니다. 걸릴 것 같아요. 걸릴 것
Third
같은데
Awakening will take
어,
some time.
여러분들이 생각하는 그런 레벨 아닐 것 같기는 해요. 이 지금 완전 성장하고도 다 엮어 뭐 약간 이거 어떻게 얘기해야 돼?
It's something that's linked
성장하고도
to
엮어가지고
progression.
뭐 단순히 그냥 뭐 3차 각성기 하나 나오고
He's talking about the third awakening right now. He said it won't be ready for
Provide you
some
with the third
time.
awakening. It's not as simple as that.
He said it's a progression. It's going to be a way of character progression, so it's not just going to be given at a patch.
It'll be like the second awakening.
I think he means even more so than that.
그런 부분들도 이제
You think it's going to be like Esther?
A lot of players expressed their complaints or concerns regarding having like a cinematic for each third
그런
awakening.
것들도 잡고 그다음에 성장 관련된
Talking about how people were concerned about the cinematic, there being a cinematic for each one.
엄청 혼났나 봐요. 여기 그때 윈터 때 가져 나갔을 때 그래가지고 좀 약간 좀 데미지 먹고 이제 정신 좀 가다듬어 가지고 하고 있는 부분들이 있는데
So they've like went back to the drawing board.
3차 각성기 하나 나오는 스펙이 아니더라고요. 그래서
But looking at the plans right
나중에
now,
나와서 설명시키는 게 나을 것 같아요.
it's a
근데
complicated issue. It might be best if we bring the team lead.
분들도 지금 이제 제가 좀 이게 좀 조심스러운 게
He's saying right now
so that
they're
we can explain it.
he said that their design philosophy is a little bit weird right now, and it's hard to explain. But for him, he said that if they wanted to explain it later, they'd have to do another stream with the other guy, one of the three bozos, who's the lead for that.
너무 좀 없어지게 되는
The Gold River said he would be like a communication lead as while he's.
He said he would direct the question. He said he would, I guess.
But
Keep
if
Bozo
you
in
were to
mind.
divulge too many of the secrets that they have, like the
I don't know. I don't have any problem.
He said he
with
just
the
can't.
three guys.
He just says he can't talk about. I guess he says he can't talk about.
그리고 이제 카제로스도 이제
presenters.
남아 있잖아요.
He said he can't talk about it right now.
Doesn't know
Yes.
everything.
네, 좀 살펴봤습니다. 그리고 아직도 아이디어가 계속 붙고 있는데 좀 군단장 레이드랑은 다르더라고요.
Oh, he went and looked at the state of Kazros development, and he's saying that it's being worked on. It's very different from the current Legion raid systems.
He says he's seen Kazros being worked on. It's currently very different than the Legion raid systems that are out right now.
뭐 속어법으로 하고 있기는 한데 이제 뭐 재밌는 것들 많이 있더라고요. 그리고 보스전의
It seems like there's a lot of interesting ideas that are being brought up.
There's a lot of interesting. Oh, by the way, the thing earlier, the Slayer voice. We have the same voices.
다음 분들에게 듣는 게 좀 좋을
People say the Slayer voice doesn't fit her built size and how she's supposed to be like a really battle-hardened.
For later.
것 같더라고요. 삽이 좀 늦게 퍼져 있는데
You know what I mean? She goes "Hee-haw!" and "He," things like that. She goes like real high-pitched squeals when she's supposed to have like a,
Abyssal Loop.
you know,
Rough.
like Danica, like Danica.
Mommy.
팡팡하는
예.
거, 막 그다음에 무슨 뭐 전략 배치하는 거 이런 것들이 다 빠져 있는 이거 말해도 되나? 다 빠져 있는 상황이에요. 다 빠져 있는 상황이고 남겨져 있는 거는 이제 전투랑
Change the pitch.
전적으로 내가
Even when you change the pitch, she doesn't sound
전투
like as
상황에서
I don't have a problem with this, but
아이디어만 지금 남아서 뭔가 빌드업을 하고 있는데
the servers
Most of the
thing
mini
is
games have
people
been
are still hitting on.
scrapped,
We want to be able to switch
What's
servers.
left is
he's talking about mini games.
지금 뭐 높아 지금 일단
Okay.
최종적으로
Abyssal Loop content that is directly
스트림라인
linked
한
to
부분들을 우리가
combat.
담당하게 되는 아이디어 쪽으로 좀
Shit's going too
될 것 같아요.
fast.
그래서 지금 일단은 미니 게임 관련된 부분이 다 날라가 있고 그 다음에 수직 라인에서 뭐 옛날에 얘기했던 발탄 맵에서 아르고스 뭐 아니면 뭐 세토랑 쿠쿠세이트는 같이 나와 모르페 두 마리 나와 뭐 이런 이제 전투 라인이나
having that
카운터 계속 치는 어떤 그런 뭐 라인이나 뭐
Oh, the
이런
counter mini game, Argos on
그것도 이제
Vulcan
어떻게
platform,
최종적으로 어떻게 구성될지
Clown and
봐야겠지만
Vikings coming
좀,
together.
좀 바뀌어 있다. 약간 좀 바뀌어 있다.
I guess he's saying ideas for the mini games
드립니다.
there would be, or the other events,
1대1 대전 만들어 달라 뭐
like the Argos on Vulcan platform, yada 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 yada. Also, he said that the AOS mode will not be coming out.
자, 오늘 얘기 드릴
So basically, their League of Legends mode will not be coming
이
out.
정도 얘기해 보고요.
Oh,
저희
I'm kind
sad.
of sad about that. I think that was going to be
There's a
really
lot we
good.
could talk about, but he's gonna stop the discussion for now.
This is the end. He's saying there's lots more to talk about, but this is where he's going to have to stop for now.
우선순위 상 커트되는 것도 있기는
Mhm.
할 겁니다.
We're looking at all the opinions and feedback you guys are raising, but we will set the priorities and we will focus on those primarily.
핫딜 얘기 이제 맨 마지막에
People are asking for one more sip of water, please.
소울이터 트레일러요.
Also, people are saying go eat.
Souleater trailer?
방송 전에 갑자기 그 트레일러 공개하기 좀 뭐해가지고
Souleater trailer.
끝나자마자 공홈에 올라갈 겁니다.
Oh, it's gonna get released right after this live stream ends.
Oh, Souleater trailer is gonna be released right after live stream ends.
가능하십니다. 아 이거 괜히 이게 트레일러가 늦어져서 뭐 괜히 연기.
And they reworked a lot of stuff for it apparently.
네. 오늘 요 방송 끝나면
That's what they said. He
People
said
seem to
last
be
time.
very mad she's not talking about the hot deal.
Oh, I don't know. They were supposed to release another hot deal there that players are supposed to like.
Time
I
schedule.
don't know that people liked it because people were mad.
Like Adventure Islands.
Oh, he's gonna keep going. Time schedule content, Adventure Islands.
Really annoying. And they know.
He's saying that Adventure Islands and time content and the wait times are annoying.
And
a lot of the content being focused on certain days.
He said it being focused on certain days is also annoying.
아무래도 이제 시간제 콘텐츠들이 따박따박 이렇게 있다 보니까 그런 부분들이 있죠. 뭐 그렇죠. 뭐 말하갈 1시간 기다리고. 맞아요. 근데 스케줄 콘텐츠를 조정하려고 지금 일단 요건 이제 고민 시작을 했는데 이
they've been looking at it, ways to address it.
근데
The issue of schedule
바꿔야 될지
content.
좀 고민해봐야 돼요.
But
이제 뭐 골드 카드 이런 것들이 이제 동일 라인에 있다 보면은, 그러니까 이게 시간이 있으면 이제 컨트롤될 수 있는 게 저희 쪽에서 있기는 한데 그것들이 풀려버렸을 때의 이제 이펙트들, 그다음에 이제 그 시간별로 지금 뭘 보고 있냐면은 시간제 콘텐츠를 개편을 하려고 지금 보고 있는 지표들이 이제 시간별 이제 매칭.
So they're looking at how long it takes to match make these contents. They could look at ways like doing things solo, but they need to do simulations regarding how many players are accessing the content at any given time.
Is he talking about doing some certain stuff solo? They need to talk about adjusting that, I guess, for being soloed.
So they're gonna make discussions regarding that issue.
People are still talking about server transfer.
In Korea, they have a bunch of servers, but they all are on one market. But their servers are... They've opened up new ones and people couldn't move to them, I guess, is I think the problem.
그렇지. 대왕오리 패치해야죠. 대왕오리가 그거 짜증나는데.
대왕오리?
대왕오리 뭐 체력을 올리든 스폰을 뭐 이거 대왕오리 빨리 패치는 빨리 할게요.
킹덕.
오케이. 이거는 저도 까먹었네요. 저도.
Oh, maybe regarding the summer event.
맞아요. 대왕오리 때문에 저도 스트레스 받아요.
The summer race event in Korea.
네. 아니, 일단은 좀 최소한의 조정도 빨리 할게.
Some people are asking for the receive gold to be something that you can do after the raid, like the buying of the box that you can do after. They want that same treatment for the gold receive.
자, 우선 그러면 이제 요 정도 하고
Why?
여러분들 우리
I don't know. That's just something somebody in
No,
chat
hot
said.
deal shop.
핫딜 공개.
A couple people in chat said it.
Oh, he's gonna talk about the hot deal shop.
Okay.
길게 있다 와야 될 것 같아. 많이 좀 토론을 좀 적게 하고 나오다 보니 원래 이제 핫딜 알려주려고 나온 거긴 한데.
So he came out to talk about a hot deal.
그 카멘 나오기 전에 또 이제 여러 가지 좀 정돈되는 게 있어요.
People seem excited for the talking about
Like,
hot
he feels
deal.
like next time he's gonna take a
There's
bit
a lot of let's
longer
goes
to
and
이번엔 좀 이따 나올게요. 그 너무 빨리 나왔나 봐요. 이게 좀 너무 빨리 나오니까.
He came out too soon, he's saying.
이게 지금 상황에서는
He's saying he came back to talk too soon. Didn't have enough time for the team, I guess.
나오고 나서 이제 카멘전,
makes sense.
카멘이나 운명의 빛 사이에 한번 다시.
Oh, so after the August content is released, the Light of Destiny, Light of Fate, and then before Daymine release, so sometime between like August and September.
Sometime between the middle of August and the middle of September, he'll be back.
No, what do you want to get through the hot deal?
okay.
Oh, I guess the hot deal hasn't come out yet. and he didn't give time. The hot deal hasn't released yet, but he promised it would be released. So I guess he's asking what the people want in chat from it.
여러분 뭐 BM이에요. 이거 돈 주고 파는 거예요.
Something like that? I don't know.
This is
That makes sense. But one Blue's saying doesn't make sense.
business model. They're making money out of this.
근데 이게 저희가 고르기가 너무 어려웠어요. 핫딜이요. 해보셔서
It was very
아시겠지만
difficult for them to choose
고르기가
something.
진짜 어려웠던 게 하나밖에 없어요. 이 핫딜이 핫딜에서 이제 그러다 보니까 이 하나를 잘 선택을 해야 되거든요.
People saying they want
The hot deal should
swimsuits.
be
They want
one thing.
a big number of Fion.
어렵더라고요.
They want
And
old
so they have
wallpapers. They
trouble
want
deciding on something.
level 5 amulets.
100개,
Yeah.
페온 50만 개.
It's like a one-time deal that you can buy, is what these things
They
are.
want like big card packs.
500,000 fions.
뭐 여러 가지 있는데 디렉터의 편이죠.
Director's letter.
A handwritten director's letter.
근데 예전에 저도
Yeah.
뭐 복각 이런 것들도 좀 그 고민해보고 있었는데 이 복각 같은 건 지금 판매하기가 좀 어려워요. 그 판매하면 안 돼요. 그래서
How to detect out of Korea accounts, the mailing address on the letter.
이제 뭐추
Yeah.
복각이 가능할 수도 있다라고 이제 뭐 선언을 하고 이제 판매를 해야 되나 싶기도 하고요. 그래서 우선은 한정판으로 판매했던 것들을 판매하기
Oh,
어렵다
like
보니까
exclusive
많이 이제
skins that were released in the past
Are still asking about the transfer.
is not something they can
여러 가지 아바타 좋아하시는 분들도 있으실
provide.
텐데 좀
He says they
Whoa,
can't
new
provide
camera
exclusive.
angle.
He says they can't provide exclusive
공개하겠습니다. 핫딜 그
skins from the past.
Let's see.
Oh, he's showing the hot deal.
네, 저희가 그
Is that the skins we have?
핫딜을 급하게 또 준비를
No.
하다 보니까 내일 오전에
They
이제
just got
점검을
these.
해야 돼요. 내일
Okay.
오전에 점검을 해야 되고
Lutera.
I don't know. That dress looks familiar.
8월 2일 수요일 정기 점검까지 예,
And they couldn't buy these, I guess.
드리도록 하겠습니다. 그래서
But now they're saying they can. Is this the hot deal? You can get
That's the
this.
one we got
아니
for free.
랜덤은 아니고요. 루테란 예복을 판매를 하도록 하겠습니다.
Yeah, apparently they got one of these for free, but they want more of them.
장난하냐 나락. 아니 근데 좌우가 비어 있잖아요.
Oh, left and
I'm
right.
getting question marks in chat. I don't know if that's
Okay,
because
okay.
translation's failing or if they're actually just putting
Oh,
question marks.
hold on.
What?
Oh,
이렇게 좀 준비를
wait.
했습니다.
This is what's with it?
That's what I'm talking. I was like,
저희가 핫딜에다가 판매를
아.
하려고 하니까요. 네,
What? All
핫딜에다가
this?
판매를 하려고 하니까 너무 그
Yo, bro, can I get that? I might pull out my wallet for that.
하나만 팔 수가 있더라고요.
wait, what?
이렇게 판매를
People will
하니까
seem more pleased with
하나
the
더
second
That's more
slot.
like it, though.
어려워가지고 다른 부분들 8개를 좀 모아가지고 이제 내일 오전에
So there are
지금
roster
세우고
limits
핫딜
to each of
판매를
these
That's
things.
a lot of shit.
그래서 여러 가지 좀 판매를 할 건데 여기에서는 이제 저희가 뭐 전설 랜덤
Koreans madly pulling out their wallets.
영웅
They're
이런
gonna
데
make
Yeah,
bank.
people seem really pleased with this.
필요하신 사람들도 좀 있어가지고 각 라인에 좀 선택백들도 좀 집어넣어 봤고요. 네, 뭐 다 때려 넣었다고
Oh, wait.
다 때려 넣은 건 아니고.
So apart from the
그냥
legendary
필요한
card,
것들 많이
all of
넣었습니다. 그래서
these
이것들을
are
저희가 이제 판매를 할
select
거고요.
packs.
가격이요.
Like here it says 2 green select cards.
So
you could get
the
two
every
souls.
tier below the legendary of their cards is select packs.
Yeah.
What are those?
Blue
Wait,
crystal.
these are blue crystal.
이게 그 로얄 크리스탈로 하면은
Oh.
뭐 깔끔하게
Wait,
이게 또 결제를
that's really
하셔야
good.
돼가지고
Oh my god.
어쨌든
250 blue
Oh,
crystals for
the-
150 Fion?
크리스탈로 판매를 하시는
The
게
gold
더,
market.
좋으실
Oh god.
이 정도 가격으로
Yo, that Fion deal
Gold
though.
market.
Scratch his neck. Yo, but that
Yeah.
Fion though.
People are
비싸요?
saying you must be crazy.
That
Wow,
skin
so
rip,
cheap.
rip the gold market.
Yeah, gold burning.
네네네.
Dude,
This
look
is a hot deal.
at,
Now
look-
that's a hot deal. That's too cheap.
저희가 요거를 이제
Oh, God.
여러분들에게
he said you would really want it.
판매를 할
For
테니까
2 weeks.
Yeah,
these
I
will be
think
on
people are
sale.
really wanting it.
것 같고요. 네.
Said they're on sale for 2 whole weeks.
이거 비싸다 그러면 저 이제 안
And you can buy more than one because he said they're roster limited. So like there's more than one.
비싸다 그러면 안 팝니다.
Chat saying it's too expensive, and he's like, oh.
Chat saying it's too expensive is what he said.
한 말씀 좀 드려야 될 게 있어서
What? That's not what chat was saying.
Is what he said. Chat said.
Okay, well.
전에 저희가
Yeah, people in chat are saying who said expensive.
가지고 이제 얘기를 한번 드렸었던 적이 있죠. 지난번
I think he was kind of maybe
Now,
one guying.
talking about the
Yeah,
issue,
either one guy or was memeing
연락이
the
because they were saying the exact opposite.
Chinese. Oh, they were able to get in touch with the artist who was in charge of the 3조고,
연락을 하셨는데
which was controversial.
지금 이 사태도 모르고 계시더라고요. 이 사태가 어떻게 일어났는지도 모르고.
Oh yeah, we had the Anika controversy come to us too. They took the art out this patch.
뭐 생각 없이 넣었다라고.
In Anika, there was a controversial flag. They took it out.
They did say,
Really?
the artist said that they were just looking at Asian
Like a
type
flag of Taiwan or something?
designs
No, I don't know.
to
Okay.
base the drawings on, base the artworks on.
It was something old Korean. It was Korean
They didn't
related.
even know about this
Oh.
issue.
그 뒤에 이제 여러분들
They were shocked.
He said that they got in contact with the artist who made the asset, and the artist was shocked that something was wrong with their work. They were just drawing inspiration from various places.
그리고 전에 얘기한
Goldberg just
것처럼
wanted to
저희가
communicate
이번 주에
on
문화재청,
the status quo regarding
다른
that
또
issue.
여러 가지 이제
Well, that's cool. They contacted the artist and let him know his art got removed,
구체적인 좀 얘기를 해서
and made sure he didn't have any, I guess, ill intentions by it. I don't know why he would admit that,
And
but
they are working
시작을
with
했습니다. 이제 진행이 되고 있고
donating
추가적으로
to
되면
foundations.
여러 가지 이제 해결이 되면은
I don't know. I don't pay that close attention to the flag, so
알려드리도록 할게요.
it was two specific spots, and
적용사항이 있는데 저희가 한번
they're thinking about donating to national history
해외
stuff.
서비스를 할때
I guess.
리소스들이
I don't know.
해외 서비스를
The Koreans got real mad when they discovered it or figured out about it. I don't know.
쳐내는 거에 대한 한국
yeah, I could see that being something that would be
해외 개발
irksome.
조직에 해외 개발 조직에 인원들을 다시 세팅을 한다라는 말씀을
So they demanded it be removed, I guess. So they removed it.
들어가 가지고 이제 얘기를 했는데
Workforce.
에디님하고 이제 그래픽 쪽
Fair enough.
얘기를 했는데 그거보다 해외 쪽에다 그냥 해가지고 이게 왜냐면은 일이 막
Regarding
있다가 없다가 이제 이러거든요. 그래서 그렇게 하는 것보다는 그래픽실에서 아예 그냥 해외 담당 파트를 두고 해외 업무가 작업이 있으면 처리를 하고
So
없을
in the
때는
graphics
이제
team, they're gonna have a
한국에 있는
separate
일을 지원하는
People are
팀이
very
dedicated
to
여러분들이 들어봐도 그래서
insistent on the server transfer.
개발실에다가 배치한다고 얘기를 드린 거를 조금 정정해서 그래픽실에 해외 담당자로 배치를 하고 이제 그렇게
I missed what Wembley
해외
translated.
작업이 없을 때는 한국 작업
Said something about the work, their internal teams, their graphics team. I don't know.
진행 왜 안 들으시는 것 같아요?
So he's
지금
going.
지금 하드 얘기만 하시는 것 같아요.
He's
그래서
correcting
그런
what
쪽으로
he
이제
stated
저희가
last time.
포지셔닝을 하기로 했으니까요. 그거 한번 참고해
They
주시면
yes, they're gonna make a separate team in the graphics.
He took another sip.
department that's gonna
That's
work on
pogging.
things for global.
관련해가지고
And
Mm.
when
They're not
they have
actually
nothing to
pogging,
work
'cause
on,
that's
they'll
not-
like help.
아바타 관련해서
He said they're gonna hire a separate team
Other teams.
and the graphics team to work for global stuff.
점치게 손해 본 거
Okay.
다시 한번
And when they're not busy with that, they'll work internally.
다시 한번 여러분들에게 진심으로 죄송하다는 말씀을
Somebody asked if they're going to release sheet music.
Apologizing regarding
다음 주에 사실 저희 수영복 아바타가 이제 좀 너무 늦어지긴 했죠. 여러분들 좀
skins
There's also
not
still a
being
lot of
released
server migration.
텐데 너무
in the
늦어지고
earlier half of this year.
4주에 수영복
He's
아바타가
apologizing again for lack of skins.
Next week we're
수영복
getting
아바타 한 세트,
swimsuits.
무기 포함한 한 세트를 전체 유저한테 무료로 배포하도록 하겠습니다.
Oh,
한번 보여주시죠.
providing swimsuits for free
Oh,
to every Korean.
He said every Korean player is getting a one free set of swimsuits. Yo, those look good.
Okay.
token of apology.
준비하느냐고.
Yo, dude, the fighter on the left though.
Wow.
여러분들 여름 방학 많이 챙겨드렸어야 되는데 이번에 여름 방학 너무 속상해드린 것 같아요.
Yo, where's my free swimsuit?
아바타 손실은
Yeah, I'm listening.
Oh, they have weapons for him too this year.
보신 거기
Booba.
그냥 넘어가는
Booba Peak.
생각을
Dude, the warrior looked fucking Giga Chad.
감내해줘라고 하는
Yeah.
안 되죠 말이. 그래서
Like, why is he wearing that?
한 세트
He can see his pecs anyway.
전체
I don't understand.
Including weapons.
Wear it 'cause it's
They're
cool, dude.
providing one set.
That's not keeping sand off shit.
이걸로도 뭐 저희가
You
좀
wear it 'cause it's cool.
그런 부분에
Egg
대해서
just doesn't
저희가
understand
좋아하는
fashion.
부분이기는 하지만
They let us down.
이거라도 드려야
But dude, the gunner on the right though,
그나마 저희 뭐
with the male, I think that's male fighter, with the fucking speedo
They
and that
wanted to
pimp coat.
express their
드리도록 하겠습니다.
apology, even though it does not make up for everything that got delayed on.
마무리하도록 할 거고요. 그 참 여름 방학이라는 얘기를 제가 로아온 미니에서 여름 방학이라는 얘기 한 2년 정도.
It's been 2 years since he talked about
That's Slayer in the middle?
summer
I think so.
vacations. Back in 2021,
즐기셔야
로아온
하는
미니.
여름 방학은 항상 신선하고 즐겁고 가슴 설레고 하는 거이길 바랬는데
he always wanted summer vacation to be something to be excited about.
He said that summer vacation should be something to be excited about.
He's sad that
Yeah.
the team let the players down.
He said he's sad the team let the players down. He's not taking any blame here. Gold River, no blame. The team let you guys down.
And
You can't blame
they're
him. The
also
blame it washes off of him
embarrassed
like some
that
sort of river of
they're
gold.
asking players to be understanding.
It's asking players to be
People in-
understanding.
People in chat are saying he did a really good job.
I mean, he's done a good job picking up the pieces. It wasn't his job to do the other things.
Yeah.
He-
No, but they're saying,
Devs are
good
now
job.
awakened
Oh, yeah.
as to
You're doing
what
great.
they need to work on.
Have my babies.
He said that they've awakened to what they need to work on, I guess.
What's really important is the direction towards which they're
Fucking knew what
See,
to do.
I think that, I think
Damn it.
I think the direction that they're going is an important thing to know, but I also think that they've been going the wrong direction so quickly, for a certain amount of time, that they need to fix things instead of just talking about going in a direction. You actually have to make immediate changes. Like, unfortunately, you are developers, you are human, but like,
on building a Lost Ark that has a vision for the future.
Yeah, don't talk, develop.
yeah,
For all the players who love Lost Ark, each and
so
every one of
he
you
said they're
guys,
gonna make
sorry
a great game for the future for all the players that love the game.
and we will keep working hard.
I hope so.
The developers are
Well,
even
chat's
now
gonna be a little mad that they didn't talk about server transfers. Because people were very insistent.
in order to release content that can provide joy to the players. Try to fix issues, fix problems, and try to move on.
So they're gonna try to fix issues, fix problems, and move on. Fair enough.
Last year, July 26, around
I don't know, people seem rather
PM, he went to
happy with
Bikini
this one for the
Island
most part.
and
This
just, enjoyed the
emergency
scenery
broadcast.
that he remembers. Looking at the sunset.
He's talking about his experience going on vacation last year, sometime after he.
Yeah, now he's just chatting.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, maybe we have like an event planned like that. Okay.
he hasn't. So he's talking about an event. He last year went and saw the sunset someplace beautiful, and that there might be an event doing something like that in game, I guess.
That'd be nice.
Life, literally life.
Yeah, that would be nice. Living digitally, not physically. Never that.
Maybe
Just the life emote. Life.
maybe something. Thank you for listening. I'll be working.
He's saying thank you for listening.
Come
He'll be working and he'll come back.
with more stories.
늦은 시간까지 늦은 시간 8시 47분인데 네. 늦게 오랫동안 이 얘기 들어주셔서 감사하고요. 또 중간중간 저한테 힘이 되는 또 많이 도움이 되는 건설적인 채팅들
Thank you for providing all the constructive feedback in chat.
더 많은 의견 듣고
He's thanking chat for their feedback.
We'll be monitoring
Yeah.
the opinions.
Good job,
and
chat.
With
You
more
did great
stuff to
too.
talk about, I'll come back.
즐거운 로아 즐겨주시기 바랍니다. 여러분
I
대단히
hope you have a
감사합니다.
nice time playing Lost Ark. Thank you.
He says he hopes you have a nice time playing Lost Ark. Thank you.
And then he waved.
Yeah. Dude, what if
Nice.
what if
Like
there's no
waved.
team? What if he's in the office doing this himself? Like he's in that room
Yeah,
and
just
he's the
guy.
only one in the office and he
Those
he's like a
walls
streamer.
used to be white. Now they're green.
Yeah. He's just doing the whole stream setup himself. Everybody else went home. I wouldn't be surprised if it was literally one other person there, just sitting there behind the thing.
Yeah, I don't know that he needed that many more people. But also, I'm sure there are people there working late.
Oh, some great stuff indeed. Now,
It's funny. People are saying "Song of Escape."
Souleater.
So he said there's gonna be a Souleater vid.
The Korean
Right after the
chat
stream ended.
is like typing,
Okay.
spamming Song of
It'll
Escape.
be on YouTube, right?
Yes. Okay, what do I have to say about that? I mean, I was saying it as we went, but like my thoughts are still that like just acknowledging Chaos Dungeon's a problem, but your reasoning being that you don't think solving it's worth it because it'll end up at the same feeling eventually, so we'll just make new endgame stuff, is only just doing what you've been doing the whole time, which is hoping
Yeah.
to release endgame content that makes people okay with bearing through the homework to then do more homework and just ignoring the base problem. Like, it's not like you have to. It's not like you even have to keep the change permanently. Like, they're going to do the change with Guardians as an like. Just make a change for Chaos Dungeon as an experiment.
As far as we can go. But there's so little.
Just make Chaos Dungeon 1 and add all those other changes and see what players do. And then go from there. Like, and then he's talked about later how they don't want to just talk about things for years and not actually do anything. Like, that's what they're doing. Just try something, and if it doesn't work, fix it. It's like, because what you've got's already broken. The Guardian changes sound good. I really hope they settle on 3 a week. I really do. More rewards to equal what we were doing before, and 3 a week. Think about it now. Doing 3 Guardians a week and getting the same reward as doing, what, 14 on a character? Holy shit. I will so take that. I would prefer it if they got more difficult to, like, fight them longer, to, like, just a little bit longer. But it's okay, cool. If they don't want to make them harder, they don't want to make them harder. That's fine.
I think the idea of for Guardians, I think they have to reduce the amount we need to do, and it sounds like they're doing that. So I think it's fine.
Yeah, I think that same thing just happens for Chaos Dungeons, but
yeah, they're
also,
gonna try. We'll see how the new rewards for Chaos Dungeon feel, but like rewards aren't the problem.
Yeah, he said reward overhaul, and I mean, there's probably a bunch more specifics that'll probably be in the patch notes. He's just doing his best to summarize.
Yeah.
And these are all like, and these aren't changes. At least these things aren't being talked about. They are changes that will be settled on and coming out August 2nd for them. So like, they have a date. So like, that's good. So like, until then, I guess it sounds like they're trying to do something. So that's cool. The raid thing, I guess there's also going to be raid changes coming sometime in August. I really think that I hope they decide to cut bro gates.
Yes.
Because those changes, even like cutting Kangle Gate, like I'm sure that we'll get those changes within like a month or two after Korea. Whatever Korea settles on, we'll probably have to wait a month or two for things like that. Hopefully, a month or two. I would like to get them that same month or like a couple weeks after, but whatever, I guess. I think things
I don't
like
think we need to lose a Kangle Gate yet, but
I think the things like Chaos Dungeon and those changes should come out for us the same day they drop in Korea.
that would be great.
Like the same day. If at latest a week later. We technically patch it different. So this is the Souleater trailer. Where Irma says he's a Souleater main now. So this is gonna have They keep in mind they redid animations from the previous trailer and stuff for this one. So I'm excited. Let's watch, let's listen. Sacrian, okay, I like it. We're beating up Sacrians.
Always good. Fuck them.
Oh. Hello. He said, "Run for your lives." Oh, never mind. They're bringing the army.
Yeah. What's an army? Who would give it to you?
What the fuck?
God. She sees food. God, I wish that was me.
Oh yeah. Oh, she holds the scythe different. Look, they changed it.
Okay. It's not perfect, but it's better.
That's bad. What are these abilities? Dude. Yeah, those are different from the last trailer.
The abilities look really cool.
That is badass. Oh my god. I came.
Yeah.
Look at
the... Oh, that's so...
녀석은 영혼의 힘을 갈망하여 자신의 육신의 죽음을
slaves
기쁘게
and the
Dude,
purple
that's just a
and the-
normal ability? Oh, this is her burst mode. Wait, that... I'm already mating her?
그러나
Okay,
망령
well,
또한
I guess we're gonna have two.
영혼의 힘에 의존하지 않는
Look at how
Holy,
fucking
he's
sick that
so
looks.
cool.
This is her other class engraving, I guess? Oh, her meter changed color. It's got two different
제한이
meters.
생기지만 일정
This
시간
seems more
기본
spellcasty.
전투력이 강화되므로
I guess.
결국
Not
방심해서는
started
안 될 것이다.
Wait, that ability looks so cool.
녀석의 공포가 새겨진 그 순간
Is there like timings to the
죽음이
combo?
다가오는 것을 느꼈다.
Oh,
스스로를 죽음의 신.
what the fuck? Oh my god.
그녀의 존재는 분명
That's a really cool counter.
This is a way better trailer than the last one.
영혼을 탐하는 자 소울리터여.
Soul Eater.
우리의 뜻에 반한다면
Oh,
그 말로
Okay, my soul's eating.
오직 죽음뿐.
she could eat me.
죄 없는 자만이 살아남을지어다.
I think we have a problem. That was
Yeah.
way too good. There wasn't even a lot of there's not even a lot of booba here, but this just, it's so sleek.
She's just so cool.
Yeah. We're not being carried by booba this time. We're being carried by
Yeah.
animation power. I mean, also, just look at how good she looks anyway. Like, this is an assassin base, so, like, it literally can't go
Yeah.
bad. Look at that scythe, dude.
Eggs out here frame by framing.
Yeah.
살아남은
I love the way they made her hold the scythe. They also updated it, too. It's got a different look in the last trailer. This one? This is the skin. Look at how, like, that is how I want her to wield the scythe. That is how I want it. Not the
What if
Pepega
we-
way we were doing it before.
Angled slightly more to where like the stick's going more vertical. That's
And her arm would be broken.
Well, yes. I'm not saying I want it to be practical. I'm saying I want it to be cool.
빛나세.
That ability right there, the abilities where the Phantom, like the Reaper appears and does the thing are so cool.
Yes.
Like where it's half her animation, half the demon.
망령들이 달려들어.
Yes, the Reaper is very cool.
I love where she summons, she debussies, but then a demon comes out of it.
영혼을
Yeah.
갈취해갔다.
See, okay, I've seen 3 different colors of her abilities, by the way. She's had this teal version, the red version, and purple. What the fuck is going on? How many forms does she have?
영혼은 녀석을 더욱 강하게 만들고
There's probably like burst, not
그 힘에
burst.
취한 채
And then
Okay, so see,
there's-
she shifts into form here, and then she just goes fucking berserk.
전장을 휩쓸었다.
yeah.
Like, what was that attack? This attack is the coolest one, though. Like, look, watch this. Where she does this, and then it, like, dives forward, like that. The whole thing above her? That's so fucking cool. Hey, can I just say something? Where the fuck are my Scrapper animations?
Hmm.
Now I'm saying it. What is
No.
this shit? Where are my
Oh, this
Scrapper
is-
animations?
This is equivalent to Scrapper.
Yeah. That attack, though, like that, also the whole thing, the whole follow up to that. That's her awakening, I guess, is the claw.
녀석은
I thought her
영혼의
awakening
힘을
was like the
갈망하여
supernova thing.
자신의 육신의
It's both of them. This is one of her
죽음을 깃들게 해.
class engraving. Somebody would be able to tell me what that says.
I can't Google Translate a video. Unfortunate.
Yeah.
무차별적인 기술을 사용한다.
Do the comments have translations?
I don't know.
Can anyone read Korean?
그러나 망령 또한 녀석의 육체
That's so fucking cool looking, though.
영혼의 힘에 의존하지 않는 모습을 보이기도 한다. 망령의 의식을 빼앗긴다면
Is the other
기술의
one
제한이
more rain? They both seem pretty melee,
일정 시간
and one doesn't really seem like more of a
기본
spellcaster
전투력이
either.
결국
Yeah, I don't know.
방심해서는 안 될 것이다.
Thought it was going to be, but then she started spinning with her scythe.
녀석의 공포가 새겨진 그 순간
I like this attack. That fucking pincer move, and then the Doge,
죽음이 다가오는 것을 느꼈다.
where she does this Doge attack, or whatever it is, like a dragon. It's fucking cool.
스스로를 죽음의
This is the
dog.
real Reaper.
What's the
This
dog doing?
this is literally what you would imagine if a Reaper and a Shadowhunter merged. Like
Yeah.
the name Reaper invokes this.
Yama.
Like literally, like Reaper, Shadowhunter. If you tell me both of those words, I would imagine this, not what I see in either of those. Reaper is a rogue, a shadow assassin. Honestly, Reaper makes more sense with the name Shadowhunter. And also, I guess it's not called Shadowhunter in Korea. It's called demonic. I guess they are. No, they aren't really a demonic. Our name's just bad.
Yeah.
But Reaper does not fit Reaper. It is not a Reaper. It's just like a, I guess
Shadowhunter.
it's a Shadowhunter. Yeah. This could I guess I could also see the name Shadowhunter working for this one too. This is just the embodiment of their ideal for those other two. What they should actually be. Notably here, there is no demonic transformation. So I guess this seems more like Reaper
It's not a
2.0.
transform class, yeah.
This seems more like Reaper than Reaper.
I mean, it has like a burst mode, and then the other mode seemed like it was spending the
Yeah,
other
that's what
parts of
those
the
are
meter?
Reapers. It looks like Reaper's 2 modes. This looks like Reaper 2.0. We have a Reaper at home. What Irma said. This
No,
awakening.
This isn't we have a Reaper at home. This is we have a Reaper at the restaurant.
Dude, look at this. Yeah, this supernova this thing. Okay, add it to the tier list. This is
We
one.
can't add it to the tier list. We don't
You
know
have
what
the
it
art.
is.
It's right here. You got the art right here. This is one.
Okay.
I don't know the class icon.
Yeah, we don't have the class icon.
Okay. But if we do the tier list, we're putting that at. This is at the top automatically. I'm defaulting the start of the video to say Souleater is automatic top. Both of their awakenings.
Well, I don't have the capacity. Okay, I'm not that good.
영혼을 탐하는 자, 소울리터여. 우리의 뜻에 반한다면 그 말로는 오직 죽음뿐. 죄 없는 자.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. They could flip the class names of Reaper and Souleater, and I think it would make more sense. Like if they flipped the names, they had called this class Reaper and Reaper Souleater. I think it would actually make more sense.
Yeah.
Or Shadow Eater, almost.
I mean, Reaper just needs to be called. Don't play this class. There's a better one coming soon. Or they could call it Iyama.
Reaper's got its own unique playstyle. It depends on how fast this class ends up being, right? Because Reaper, both of its builds are insane APM.
Fair
like
enough.
movement. It's just it's mainly the class name. Its identity is fine. It's just the class name is bad. I don't know what chat's saying. Probably Rip Reaper.
You can translate, right?
The walking motion was fixed right away. Yeah, the way she walked and hold her weapon was insanely improved.
Yes.
On Gold River God. Wishing Gold River good health, I guess.
True.
They're saying it's nice that they displayed the engravings in writing. Okay, now translate for me.
Yeah. I also wanted it in writing, please. English. Smile.
Yeah, they also run events in Korea where if you play the new class, you can pre-register to get rewards for having the class on your account.
They're doing a lot of pre-registers for this.
Can I sign up? I'll sign up.
You don't
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah, but I mean, I'll be playing this class in how many months?
Oh, when they really release it?
Probably be. I mean, this one will be around Halloween.
That's perfect.
Can we delay Arrowmancer? I got a new class I'd like to play.
Keep delaying Arrow.
Yeah. Soul Eater engraving translation. Okay. When you fill the possession gauge, you can press the identity key to enter the Reaper state. In this state, you gain 3 temporary soul stones. You don't know the state does anything else besides the trailer. Doesn't hover over the tooltip. Skills. Demon Slay. Gray skills. These are basic-ish looking side skills. They fill up a lot of soulstone gauge, but no possession or boundary gauge. Necromancy. Green skills. They are flashy skills that look like you're summoning stuff. They fill up both the soulstone and possession / boundary gauge, but less than Demon Slay skills. It seems neither engraving boosts the damage of these skills, so they look like mainly generator skills unless their base damage is insanely high or something. So like the dog, which is like a counter. They kind of look like utility. Meter / utility. Reaper, purple skills. These are your spenders that consume 1 soulstone each time by default. They fill up... They fill up possession boundary gauge, but no soulstone gauge. Engraving 1. Full Moon Executor. That's a cool name. I just say. That's a fucking cool name. Plus 14% crit chance. Whenever you consume a soulstone, you gain 5% possession gauge. When entering the Reaper state, all Reaper, so purple skills, cooldowns are instantly reset. Yo, that's cool. Reaper skills deal plus 50% additional damage when in Reaper state. Reaper skills have a 70% additional cooldown reduction when in Reaper state. Wait, doesn't
So
this...
it is a transform class.
That's a fucking insane meter gain. That's an insane engraving, by the way. That's a lot of, well...
Yeah.
It's not really transform, it's just a gauge spender. It's just like igniting, or going into Berserker Rage, or going into... It's really similar to Persona mode. It seems like. Saying gameplay loops look like build meter using all skills, including Reaper skills, enter Reaper state, and then unload. Then exit the state early with Z and start building up to the next Reaper state. Yeah, that sounds... Yep, sounds like Reaper. Why is it called Reaper skills? Why the Reaper state? They literally just... Poor Reaper players, man. It's literally even using their name for the state. It's fucking funny. Engraving 2. Croissant's boundary? Is that really Croissant's boundary? He says in parentheses, not real name, actually, maybe. Possession gauge is replaced by boundary gauge, so it's when that bar became red, I'm guessing. You can no longer enter the Reaper state. Perfect suppression, sounding like. Or, I mean, the other Reaper build can't actually enter this. It can enter the state, but it doesn't ever want to because then it loses all of its damage. I guess it's, yeah. Only Reaper state. When the boundary gauge is filled, you automatically enter the boundary state. Like the moment it fills all the way, you're forced into the state immediately and can't be cancelled. Yeah, I'd imagine it's called Crescent. Crescent's boundary or something. Crescent's edge. Or maybe the name of a demon and then their boundary. Something like that. Demon Slay. Okay, so then also you have, well, in the state. Trade it. Well, in this state, your Demon Slay, Gray skills, damage and cooldown reduction, attack speed, movement speed, and mana regeneration is increased for 12 seconds. You cannot use Reaper skills while in the boundary state. Demon Slay, Gray skills, and Reaper purple skills. Wait. But it just said you can't use Reaper skills. But they get a 40% increased damage bonus? Okay. Reaper skills no longer consume 1 soul stone. When you fill up all 3 soul stones, the next Reaper skill will consume all 3 and deal 50% additional damage. That is so confusing. That seems so counterintuitive. The first one seems like the meta. Saint says, this engraving looks a lot more complex compared to the other one. Looks like you're building soul stones, then doing big nukes with a purple skill, kind of like Deathblow Striker. Then when the gauge fills, you're kind of like in a cooldown state where you're doing damage to mainly gray skills. Yeah, it seemed that engraving seems like a very unique way to play. It sounds like a headache though. It's like perfect suppression meets actually being able to get meter, but not really. It's so weird. I'd say it sounds unique. The synergy is a 6% damage synergy. People don't know if she's back attack or not. I mean, what do you think, particularly? The first one sounds really fucking cool, but I don't know about the second one. I guess the second one's cool because it sounds unique, but...
Kind of sounds like Surge.
The second
To
one?
build a bunch of stacks and then dump huge stacks.
Yeah, that makes sense. The weird part is that the damage bonus is applied to the skills that you can't cast while in half of the mode.
Yeah. Sounds like Surge, but they want you to have like some consistency.
It sounds like you're just going to ignore. It sounds like, honestly, the build might just, if it's scaled wrong, it might just ignore the purple skills and just only be a build using the other skills, and the Reaper state or whatever, the Soulstone damage bonus multiplier would just be ignored. Kind of like how Emperor ignored its first part for like the longest time, and how Summoner, I mean, that's a bad engraving if it does that, but
Yeah.
it could be the way people play it. I don't know.